Well, good evening and welcome along to a very special night of FIFA 22 actions. The PlayStation tournaments present to you the FUTWIZ Fan Cup. Weeks of qualifiers have built up to tonight's big grand final. My name is Brandon Smith and his name is Richard Buckley, who'll be guiding you through all of the action tonight. And Rich, what a cracker we've got. We know FUTWIZ very well. We know Dan, Ruan, everyone behind a great esports organisation. They've put on this tournament. I can tell you right now, over 5,000 people signed up for this tournament. We're down to the final four, and we're giving away a PlayStation 5 tonight.
Over 5,000 competitors. We've got the final four. They came, they saw, they conquered. FUTWIZ, a global brand. They've got players from all over the world. And it's their fan cup that we're here for tonight. I cannot wait to get this action on the roll.
Well, let's tell people what you have got coming up tonight. As we said, 4 players remain in this PlayStation 4 bracket, all battling out for that PlayStation 5. As I rightly said, there was 2 open qualifiers that took place. Over 5,000 people, yes, 5,000 people signed up to this tournament. I believe it was around half of that did check in and compete. One of the brackets had up 1.6 thousand people in it. Incredible scenes from all involved at FUTWIZ to get those sort of numbers in these tournaments. The top 2 players from both of those open qualifiers that took place for European players only finished a couple of weeks ago, and now we've got 4 players left. 2 semi-finals and a grand final tonight. Both of those will be single elimination, best of 3, and only one person, Richard, can go the full way. Best of all, we're playing on FIFA Ultimate Team.
We certainly are. You know the format. Let's have a look at our final 4. MFK Twiz up against Franic's 04 is the top half, and the bottom half TTW Nemesis against Botana 46. All these competitors were playing in the Swiss round. They all had perfect records, apart from one, Franic. We can tell you a little bit more about his story when we get into the player profiles just before kickoff. We know how the format's going to go. We know the players, but what are they competing for? We mentioned the PS5, Brandon. There's also 500 euros in cash for first prize. Second, 300 euros of PSN credits. A third, I should say, will be taking home 200, and fourth, 150 euros of PSN credits. All 4 competitors who have made it to today's final will be walking away with a prize.
Yeah, no one leaving empty-handed, and so they shouldn't. After what has been a very, very competitive process in this FUTWIZ Fan Cup, of course, presented by PlayStation Tournaments. And if you don't know much about FUTWIZ, they are an esports organisation since 2017. They've had players that have literally competed all around the world, and we're lucky to have 2 little videos of good luck messages for our competitors tonight. Check this out.
Congrats to everyone who participated in the FUTWIZ Cup, and good luck to those who are still involved. There's some great prizes up for grabs, such as the PS5 and 500 euros, and who knows what can happen from here.
Yo, I'd just like to quickly say congratulations and good luck to the finalists of the FUTWIZ PS4 Cup. Finals coming up soon. Awesome prize up for grabs for the cash prize and the opportunity to win the PS5, which obviously give you a route into compete in the global series potentially. If I had to offer any advice for the finals themselves, I'd say just stay calm, play your own game, don't let the game get better of you a full 90 minutes, and head you come out with the win. All right, good luck, guys.
Some wise words from both of the current 2 FUTWIZ professional FIFA players. They've been on one hell of a journey. Some of them have gone through their academy process that FUTWIZ has done, and I think that's why this tournament offers a lot, because we know that FUTWIZ have always offered sort of academy graduates in terms of opportunities to sign full-time to become a professional FIFA player. If you play well here, I'm not taking the words out of Dan or Rand's mouth or anyone involved in FUTWIZ, but why wouldn't you go and say, you know what, come and have a trial for us, come play for us, if they are unbelievable?
There's potential. The potential is endless. All the people making those decisions as well. I've seen them in the chat already. They're here. They're watching. They're wanting to see who wins the FUTWIZ Fan Cup. If you think it could have been you, well, why don't you show us the next time we are live? Go to that link down below. It's absolutely free to enter. Compete.playstation.com. Copy it into your URL. Hit go. Register. Sign up. Link your accounts. Tick the box for the TOS. And it's as simple as that. You can be competing across not only FIFA, a whole range of different genres, different titles. Make sure you get involved and we could be commentating over your next game.
Yeah, easiest part is you can sign up from your console now as well, so there's really no excuse not to get involved in the handful of PlayStation tournaments that are being offered to everyone around the world. Well, we should say it's time for our first semi-final. We're not hanging around here tonight. We are jumping straight into those games, and we're going to find a little bit more about this person. Goes by the name of MFK Twiz. Justin, his name, 21 years of age from Germany. The best thing here on the PlayStation tournaments, we will tell you where you can find these people on Twitch or on social media if you want to check in and learn a little bit about their FIFA gameplay. He was involved in the bracket that I was alluding to, Richard. There are over 1,600 players in there. Very, very difficult bracket run that this man had. 8 wins, 0 defeats on the process to get himself into the knockout stages. The perfect Swiss record, Richard Buckley, this man needed to get through this FUTWIZ Fan Cup.
It was his perfect Swiss record, and is it the perfect team? That's the question that we will find out, because we do have the opportunity to look at the FIFA Ultimate Team squads that the competitors will be using. You can see it on your screen right there. Neymar, Mbappe and Messi, all the regular gold versions of those items. Kevin De Bruyne, Kante going to be the 2 holding midfielders, with Eusebio moving forward, probably as the out-and-out striker, actually. A back 4, Cannavaro, Theo Hernandez, Rudiger and Cancelo, with player of the month David De Gea in goal. I wouldn't say it's the most impressive of squads. It's a good squad. Maybe like a 7.5, 8 out of 10 if you were to rate it. 10 obviously being a full icon meta team of the year squad, but this can get the job done. Not saying it cannot. Cannavaro in at centre-back, interesting to see how he plays. He's typically a left-back at heart, that base Cannavaro. He's going to be deployed at centre-back. We'll see if he can keep up with the likes of Messi, Mbappe, and potentially R9 in the attacking third. That's Twiz's team. Who's he going to be taking on, Brandon?
Yeah, who's he going to be taking on indeed? He's going to be taking on this man, Franic04, from Spain, 17 years of age. Fran Flores Alonso. You can find him on social media at Franic04 and also on Twitch with that address if you want to go and check in with our players competing in tonight's bracket. This is his run. Again, everyone's had a different run in this process of how competitive and how big these brackets have been. As we said, over 1,000 players in each of them that checked in on the night to compete. And what's more impressive, Richard, as we'll look at his team in just a second, is we've got players here from Spain, Italy and Germany.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very much a European tournament. You saw his record there as well. It wasn't perfect. He actually played in one tournament. He lost a game, so he played in the second qualifier and then went 8-0 to give him the successful record. You can see his squad. Maldini, Pele, Messi, Mbappe and Vieira all out on loan. It's a back 4 of Dest, Roberto Carlos and Tejalo. Paqueta's going to be holding and Puskas leading the line. Looking at the bench, there's some really good options from the 7 selected substitutions. Gelson Martin, Sau potentially to hold it down in midfield. Awar can offer you an attacking option as well, potentially. Compared to last week, Brandon, I don't think the teams are certainly worse, I think that's fair to say, than what we saw last week compared to this week. Last week we saw R9, we saw Hullet, we saw Team of the SCR7, a lot more of the really top-end meta items. I would say these teams are a lot more accessible to maybe the people at home. Tejalo in at centre-back, he's not going to cost you 2 million coins at centre-half, not like Marquinhos might have done last week. We're not seeing a real lack of... We're seeing a lack of Team of the Year items, especially midfield and in the defensive areas. I think there'll be a lot more mistakes because of the player items are a little bit worse this week, which you know what that brings? It brings more tension, it brings more intensity in the games.
Yeah, one thing to add on that as well, I'm sure there'll be people in the chat going, he's using loans? Is that allowed? Well, last time out, when we did commentate this similar tournament last week for Jay Ling's esports organisation, loans were allowed. And it was one of those. It was like adapt or suffer the consequence of playing against all these Team of the Years and icons that you will face in game. I do agree with you. The teams might not be as strong as we saw last week, but it does say a lot that they've made it through the bracket as far as they have, with thousands of players playing with a team such as that. I'm not saying it's a bad team, but out of the Team of the Years that are now available and all the other SBC and special items that are in the game, we might have expected a bit of a different mixture.
Yeah, absolutely. But I don't think... I think that just goes to show how good these players are. And I also don't really look too much into that because the teams might have adapted over the course of the 2 weeks. They might have between the qualifying and the finals right now, there's been a little bit of a duration of time, so there could have been a number of different factors. He might have sent his entire club into mid-icons. We don't know.
True.
He might have put all his club into premium upgrade packs. We don't know. I did it, and I'm sure a lot of people in the Twitch chat did it as well. But we see the game is about to get underway. We're loading up. First game of the day. Little mention on the format. If you're used to watching competitive FIFA, you'll typically be used to one leg and then a second leg and an aggregate scoreline. We're doing it a little bit differently here for the FUTWIZ Fan Cup. It's going to be best of 3. So if you win one game 6-0 in the first game, all you get is a point on the board. Going into the second game, it's a brand new match. If you win 2 games, first of 2 wins, basically wins the series.
Yeah, simple as that, as you've kind of described for us. If you have just joined us, good evening and welcome to the start of what's going to be an action-packed night of FIFA esports coming your way with this FUTWIZ Fan Cup. This has been presented by PlayStation Tournaments. We've got the final 4 from Europe. And they're battling out tonight for a PlayStation 5 and €500 in prizing. Of course, the best of 3 will be the difference to separate these 2 players on their journey tonight as well. With Franic from right to left in that dark strip. With the team that he's chosen. Heavy with Liga Run players in there, as you can see all across the park, with Vieira linking in. Just to mention a few. Paqueta in that midfield, and Mbappe linking up perfectly well. Franic with the first chance for Puskas to try and just test out that brand new player of the month. I was about to say Van der Sar, player of the month, David De Gea.
He's been a little bit shaky when I've used him. Potentially another opportunity to see David De Gea in action here. Pele looking for the little through ball down the line. He's been a little bit hit and miss as David De Gea. Have you had any experience with him or played against him?
I mean, I've had a lot of people be bringing him into the team. I'm sure the Twitch chat can explain on that, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch tonight. Do get involved in any of the conversational points that myself and Richard do have in terms of ultimate team or maybe even team of the year players. How many team of the year players have you packed home? I was lucky to get my hands on 3 of them. Don't know how many you got, Rich.
I actually packed 3 as well, believe it or not.
Did?
Cancelo, Hakimi, and N'Golo Kante.
Donnarumma ×2, probably not the best one to get. And Lewandowski, luckily, in and out. A very positive team of the year for me. Here comes Lionel Messi now for Franic. Maybe the first chance for him to get a goal. Lovely ball towards the back post. It's brilliant FIFA. Deserved the goal, maybe. But defensively, there's another strong block there. And already, 60 minutes into this semi-final, it's an end-to-end frantic start.
It's a frantic start, but Franic certainly seems to be in control. That lovely little cushioned header from the back post. Puskas looking to bring more players into play. Eusebio giving to Jallo a run for his money at the back. Good start.
A lot of space, so it seems, as well, for Franic to go forward. Twiz has had to try and suck up this danger. See the second man press, teed. It's brilliant FIFA. Pele will score. And it'll be the first of the night for Franic. And it's Pele on the score sheet. I'm sure it won't be the last one he'll score tonight. Remember, best of 3 format here in our semi-finals. You win your first 2 games, that's all she wrote. You're into the grand final. You've guaranteed yourself even more prize money. And a final shot at that PlayStation 5 and that huge €500 cash prize.
You just saw Pele sneaking behind the Rudiger at the back. He just sort of floated in behind him, didn't track him. Maybe you're looking at Cannavaro potentially for the centre-back on 6 chemistry. It could be something. Too much space, unfortunately, for Pele in that area if you're a Twiz fan. And Franic's looking to add a second one.
Yeah, Pele again. Could be on the score sheet. Back to goal. He does so well to get round Cannavaro. It was an interesting pick in at the back. I mean, of course, he offers you the chemistry that an icon will do. But you look across the board, I'm sure there's plenty more options you can name. There's a centre-back of choice that no doubt could feature in the team.
So many centre-backs. Literally so many centre-backs who I would probably say are better than that Cannavaro. I feel like there's a handful of 80-plus pace CBs who have got good defending, good physical, decent dribbling, who can play centre-back. It used to be sort of a really hidden gem, almost, seeing a centre-back with over 80 pace, but it's become the norm. If your centre-back's not got 80 pace, he's not getting used.
Yeah, he's not playing. Paqueta. Is he onside? Pele is. David De Gea will save the day and will stop Twiz from going down by 2-0 in our opening game here. If you are seeing the two scoreboards and you're a little bit confused to why that top scoreboard isn't updated, that's for the best of 3 scoreline. Of course, a win will give him a point on the board. Mbappe from distance. It was dangerous and very nearly. He caught out Petr Cech there.
Really good effort, wasn't it? Maybe that's what MFK Twiz needs right now. Just something to get him going. For the first, I would say, 35 minutes of this game, it's been pretty much one-way traffic. Franic has been attacking, he's been creating, he's been probing in around the penalty area. But
Mbappe, cheeky chip. It's headers and volleys in the box. Defended well. Only 5 minutes away from half-time in our opening game here. It seems as if whoever Twiz has thrown at Franic, he's been able to deal with it so far. Must keep in mind that it is their own ultimate team, so they had full control over the team that they have built for this tournament process. Kante.
chance.
Can he find Eusebio? One of those players as part of the 5-star week foot club, unfortunately. It's an awful touch to run that one completely out of play and something you would not expect of a player of that quality.
It looked like he was just about to sort of get away on that far left-hand side into the corner flag. Didn't. Keep control of the ball, Eusebio, as we see the stats. And I think the one-way traffic that we alluded has certainly been evident with the XG and possession. 4-3-1-2, the formation of choice for Twiz. It's Cannavaro and Rudiger at the centre-back pairing. Eusebio, Mbappe and Neymar as the front three, and Messi sort of as an outside centre mid. Interesting, to say the least. I thought, personally, it'd play as a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-3-1, a 4-2-2-2. With Messi further up the pitch, Eusebio next to Neymar, and then Mbappe and Messi as the wide players. But centre mid is where Messi will be utilised. I say that. Maybe a slight change potentially coming in.
I mean, we saw the benches for both of these two players, Rich. They are stacked. There are options there.
Usable options as well. Maybe not the highest rated of players, but Jibril Sow, winter wildcard, Gelson Martin, signature signings, players who can come off the bench and really make an impact.
Someone that we're hoping to make an impact on that left boot will be Lionel Messi. Takes on the right. Might only be a 4-star right foot finish that, yeah, does allow for you to have, but nevertheless, it was
He's on that.
Chance. It just stung the hands of David De Gea there. A little bit of a stitch up at the back. Nothing that Petr Cech can't come out and clear in the end. We've already seen so far in these first 50 minutes how influential Paqueta's been in that midfield alongside Vieira. They've just held their fort together in that midfield, been able to just break up play, switch the ball between themselves and just be patient to try and find those through balls and those overlaps where you're going to see the likes of Sergio Dest get involved on an overlap from full-back. The American able to drive forward. Vieira, kindly done. Paqueta, this is nicely done. Puskas! Well, it was beautiful FIFA. And if it wasn't for the hands of the Spaniard in the goal, it would have been 2-0.
Yeah, he's done well, David De Gea, to get across to his near post. I didn't know if the shot maybe should have gone across him from Puskas into the far corner. Really nice build-up play again, though, but potentially a chance here for Twiz. Cut back, only as far as Tejalo.
Yeah, well read from that PSG youngster there. Just kept the ball out of harm's way. He was simply looking for the cutback, as we all do. This could be dangerous now. Just how impressive he's been. Again, his fullbacks involved. Carlos, Dest. It just causes more headaches for you defensively. You can see how high he is forward now. Puskas wins the corner. Still up by a goal to nil. It's Franic who's in possession now. What can we see here? Whipped in deep. Back to De Bruyne. Chance off the line. It's still bouncing around the box. Mbappe can't get a boot on the ball. Defensively, he can, though. And just about clear the ball out. That was nearly another golden chance that, on another day, should have been taken.
Yeah, we just talked about that man as well. Thiago Dejalo at the back. He was the one inside the box. Struck goalwards. Kevin De Bruyne, right place, right time on the post to clear it away. Maybe that could be an opportunity where you look back at it and think, that should have been 2-0. That should have been game over, really. We're playing in a one-legged game of FIFA. It's not a two-legged affair. It's a best of 3.
And that will change the approach that players have to take. For example, in moments like this now, you're 1-0 down.
Change
it's time for a pause. Time for a pause. Bring players on. Jump into a different game plan. Defensively attacking. Really press and go for a game. Because if you do get a goal, we are going to extra time. We'll play every game until we find a winner. However, this has been a very tight start to proceedings to tonight's FUTWIZ Fan Cup. Back to goal Mbappe. Look round to get just Pele there off the mark. That, I believe, Team of the Year mentions Rudiger is not looked out of place. We saw him in action last week, in fact. Same time, same place in another PlayStation tournament. And again, he was here, there and everywhere at the back, was the Chelsea defender. One of the better players you could have got from that Team of the Year honourable mention list that was released. There's a cutback again. Mbappe might have a chance. Fakes around the corner. Brilliant save. Check. And there's the pause that we have been requesting. 15 minutes left. And we have got the POV of the man that just had that chance and has won a corner. What are we going to see from him now? Eusebio may be off, or let's have a look at the bench.
I mean, you're looking at the bench. Sadio Mane can give you an injection of pace. Alessandrini, potentially. He's going for Corona up top, actually. The 5-star item. I don't know if you need more. You've lacked in the final third, if anything.
He's got 15 minutes to turn this one around. Let's see what can happen. On the flip side, has there been any other changes for Franic to talk about so far? Corona comes on for Eusebio, as we mentioned, and it is going to be Martins. Time green, that was very, very, very ambitious from that far out. We see Sokom as well for Paqueta. Cheeky chip down the corner. Is that pace we were looking for? Sorry, Richard.
Verde as well, also being introduced in the wide areas. Lots of pace, good dribbling, very solid substitution.
Mbappe, brilliant fee. Lionel Messi on that left boot, didn't fancy it, wanted to get his teammate involved in the chance instead. What can we see here? Verde, Sal, all the fresh legs just introduced onto the pitch. Gelson Martins on that left-hand side. I'll give you even more pace out there. The Portuguese winger. There's a big win again from De Bruyne, and there's a massive gap there. Dest is completely out of position. Rudiger's got his hands full. You see the player lock teed there. Can he switch the ball all the way across? He does do well. Lionel Messi pickpocketed. And again, that's what the fresh legs will do for you in those midfield areas. If you've got a box-to-box midfielder, they'll be up and down, breaking up the play, or being the players to play the killer pass into the likes of Pele. Will we see a bit of game management now? One more goal will certainly solidify the deal. Pele off the post. And very nearly put the nail in the coffin in this first game, and it would have been a 2-0 victory. This could be Heartbreak Hotel on the flip side, though. If the chance comes forward, there's another player lock teed. Sort of seemed a bit confused to what he wanted to do. Does keep possession just about. And Martins again, fresh off the bench. He's going to pickpocket João Cancelo there with a 30-yard run. And I think, realistically now, this is Franic's to throw away.
He has got himself in a bit of a mix-up, hasn't he, on the player look. He tried it. He was in the final third. It could have been successful for him. but I just don't know if it was necessary. If you're not comfortable doing something in FIFA, you don't have to do it. Beautiful work from Verde to seal the game. Doesn't come to anything. That's going to be 1-0, and that will be Franics with a 1-point lead in this best-of-3 format. Just going back to the player lock there, you've floated it in behind. You've got an opportunity to run into the box, potentially look for a cutback yourself. I just don't think the player lock was necessary in that predicament.
Yeah, it seemed like when he was doing it at times as well, he wasn't full of confidence when he was bringing it out. You saw the couple of substitutions that came on late there, and that's what I love about when people use their own account on FIFA Ultimate Team. You see such a mixture of players and special items that will be used. Here's the highlights from the game, Richard, that we did see. It was nearly 1-0 for Franics in the first 8 minutes. Then the chances started to fly in now. Here was that one that we saw towards the back post, headed back inside, another great block. And the chance just kept on coming to Franics.
They certainly did, yes. This was the goal that, in the end, was the decisive finish from Pele. Inside the box, far left corner was rattled from the Brazilian icon. There was a plethora of other opportunities in the game. Mbappe just wide of the left-hand post. This was whipped into the box. It fell to Dejalo in the box. I think that was going wide, actually. Just looking back at the replay, the beauty of the replay. Neymar, he got inside the box for Twiz. Mbappe shooting at the near post. Check with a good save. And the final opportunity of the match, it did fall to Pele. Beautiful McGeady cancel inside the box and just off the right-hand post. Could have been 2-0, could have been 1-1. We could be in extra time right now. They're the small margins in which FIFA esports is settled upon.
Yeah, and I mean, for Twiz now, Richard, he did struggle at times to really get into that game. We spoke about it in an attacking sense for him. Didn't see too much of that. And what do you think that was in terms of for Franics? He seemed, from anything, to control the midfield. Paqueta and Vieira in those two centre midfield roles broke up the play well. They kept the ball well, switched it from side to side, and if anything, just starved Twiz from having much of the ball, let alone him even being able to create a chance.
He always looked quite comfortable, I think. That's the best way to sort of describe it. Even when, look, the game only ended 1-0. There was only one goal between the two sides, but Franics always looked like the player who was in control of the game. He always looked like the player with the least amount of pressure on him out of the two. It never looks like he was going to lose that game, I'll be honest with you. I don't know if that's because Twiz maybe didn't create enough in the final third and didn't put him under pressure. But when you're in those matches where it is a little bit tighter and there's only a goal to separate the two sides, when you get an opportunity in the final third, when he was taking those shots with Mbappe, that one that Czech saved at the near post, that's a good opportunity. That puts pressure on your opponent. When you could go in on attack, Brandon, we could be playing against each other. Let's just take, for instance, before we get the second game underway. If I see you go into the final third and make a mistake on your own, it's sort of an unforced error, that gives me a lot of confidence that, okay, this guy is not feeling it right now. He's maybe a little bit nervous, maybe he's a little bit shaky on what he's wanting to do. If I see you inside the box, McGeady cancel, and then pop out a reverse elastico and hit it, and my keeper makes a worldy save, that gets me worried. I'm now thinking, okay, he knows what he's doing. He's switched on. I've got to play much better. So it's sort of even those missed opportunities played into Franics' hands.
No, absolutely. And again, he's got a massive job to do in this second game if he wants to turn this round. If you don't know the situation, best of 3. If Franics comes out and wins this game, he is into our grand final tonight and will drop down to that bottom side of the bracket. Just a quick word as well on FUTWIZ involved in tonight's tournament. They wouldn't be possible without those guys who have promoted this, driven all the sign-ups into this PlayStation tournament tonight. And for those maybe that don't know about FUTWIZ, Rich, aside from their competitive esports team, they offer an unbelievable service online as well, don't they?
Yeah, they certainly do. I mean, you go to the website, and it was founded back in 2012 when I was catching up with Dan a little bit earlier on today. It's arguably the ultimate FIFA database. Everything from Ultimate Team prices, SBCs. I think you can even open packs on the website as well. Squad building. It gives you the little question mark where it tells you what potential players you could put in there to get chemistry. It's my favourite sort of website, FIFA database website out there. I think it is arguably the number one out there. There's a lot of tough competition, but it's my go-to, and I think it is for a lot of people as well. As well as that, the esports side of it, arguably one of the top esports organisations within FIFA esports, not only in terms of their performances, but the entire sort of culture around FUTWIZ. It's not somewhere where you go to for 6 months and then leave. You go there and you stay there. Look how long Jamie's been at FUTWIZ. Marco left and came back. Like, these players, there's a reason that they do that. It's because you buy in to what FUTWIZ is all about.
Yeah, and absolutely, they're certainly an organisation. They've always done it the right way as well, Team FUTWIZ. As we jump in to this second game now, as we said, it's a must-win situation. As we turn our attentions back to this semi-final of this FUTWIZ Fan Cup. Franic, who's in possession from right to left in this one, does have a point on the board. That's because he won the first game in this semi-final. And for Twiz, he has it all to do. Must win this game if he wants to send us into a third and final showdown. Something we haven't done yet in terms of these broadcasts that we've been involved in. As we said, we commentated one last week with Jesse Lingard's esports organisation, J-Lings. And it was just a 2-0 sweep all the way through. Will we see a different story this time round? It's Vieira back in possession, as we said. Him and Paqueta were unbelievable in that last game. On the back line, you've got Maldini, Roberto Carlos. Quite a risky pass at the back there for Twiz to try and pounce on. And he's a good start in this one. He hasn't scored a goal yet, I should say, at all in this semi-final process. It's a different sort of game you're coming into now, isn't it? Because you're playing for cash. You're playing in a single elimination scenario where some players have never been before. It's quite uneasy. Vieira. Back to Pele. This is nicely done. Franic's moving forward with pace and speed. Little Messi on that left boot. Do not let him finesse one in from that far out. We've seen those flying to the top corner. And again, it's an action-packed first 15 here. Eusebio. Kante. Visits in De Bruyne. He's done well.
It's a good,
really well
good reply,
again.
though. Exactly sort of what we were looking for, really. You want to come out aggressive. You're 1-0 down. You know that you have to win this game to force game 3 in the best of 3 format. Good intensity.
Pele. Eusebio now. Again, defensively, those two centre-backs have saved the day. Pele still. Chance. Paqueta!
It's a great effort, isn't it? Pull back to Paqueta, inside the box. David De Gea with an outstanding save to his bottom right corner. You take that shot with Paqueta expecting it to go in. Just offside from the throw in there, a little bit of a mistake.
30 minutes played. Quetta is here, there and everywhere. What a box-to-box midfielder he is. The Brazilian driving forward. It's going to be a fortunate bounce back there to Puskas. Recycled well, Vieira. They're going to be there, so they're not going to be the players certainly to be taking a shot from 35 yards out. Long ball forward, Eusebio.
How high he's up the pitch. Kind of arrow that. trying to dictate the play.
Just trying to feel like killer pass through. Kante back to goal. Could he turn Mbappe? That's a touch to forget about. A really poor touch from the French forward.
Has to kill it.
Get the ball down, could he?
Yeah, he has to dead it as soon as it comes into him, so then he can take a touch out of his feet and shoot straight away. Really good opportunity as well inside the box. Will that be potentially a missed opportunity though? As Pele comes up the other end.
Did so well to get even around the defender there. Did Pele was trying to find a cutback, couldn't find anything though. Messi. He's done so well to get into these areas, there's that finesse, it's time green. Oh, it's off the bar. We said watch out for Messi in those areas. You can't make it too obvious when he gets the ball because 9 times out of 10, you know your opponent is always looking for that left foot finesse from 30 yards out or so.
It's so dangerous, the Messi finesse shot. Anywhere in and around the box.
Pele to cause heartbreak. Oh, he will. What a chance. It's a tap and he's offside.
I like the cancel from Pele inside the box. Again, David De Gea with a good save, you know. It's not as convincing as I would like to see from Pele on his left foot. If that's on his right foot, he probably gets the real power behind the strike and could loft it a little bit. It was a good height for David De Gea, but a very, very interesting first 45 minutes. Pele has to do better. Messi probably should have scored. Mbappe should have scored. We could have been coming into half-time with a 2-2 scoreline.
I mean, on the flip side, for the man who needs to get a result out of this game, Rich, he's coming out to this a lot better.
Certainly, he certainly is. He's come out firing. He's come out looking a little bit more convincing. But he's still not put the nail in the coffin and registered. A really good attempt on goal. Yeah, he hit the bar from range with Messi. Mbappe had that chance inside the box, which should have resulted in a good opportunity.
I think for him,
custom tactics changed.
More than anyone, Rich, he knows that it's a case of win or out the tournament. Win, have a chance in that third and final game, or you know, I'm not going to leave empty-handed. Nevertheless, third and fourth will walk away with a very decent PSN voucher that they can cash in on their console for maybe an upcoming title or some FIFA points down the line. But as we said, only one person tonight can win those €500 in cash and a PlayStation 5. We're seeing a lot more of the small tactics now implemented here. If you are wondering what language it's in German. But if you're a hardcore FIFA fan, I'm sure you can probably guess which custom tactics and instructions are being changed player by player.
Unfortunately, I'm not German, so I can just tell you a bit more aggressive in his approach in the second 45.
Well, here we go. 45 minutes to save his tournament status in this FUTWIZ fan cup. Well, it will be Franic's. Of course, if he can win this game, he will be progressing into that grand final, taking one of the 2 spots there and also guaranteeing himself even more prize money. Mbappe back to De Bruyne. Trying to build up perfectly now. He knows how important it is to get those defensive midfielders involved, but when they're out of position like now, look at the space that Pele has to run into and exploit. It's a 3-on-2. Messi, cheeky chip. Pele could be through. He goes on his own, saved by the feet of David De Gea.
That's what made him so viable in previous FIFAs. That right there, the save with feet trait that David De Gea possesses. Getting down with that right boot and just seeing it out for a corner.
Puskas tries to recycle back to Vieira. Pele now, he's just been subbed by Theo Hernandez. Does a brilliant job there defensively. Here's that chance again. It's Mbappe to have a striker goal. Can he find Vieira? Tries to twist and turn in the box, runs into Cannavaro. And again, massive tackle from Paqueta. Mbappe could be through. Chance. Brilliant save. David De Gea again.
What a challenge that is from Paqueta, by the way, in the middle of the pitch. Talk about full-blooded. 100% tackles. Sunday League-esque from Paqueta. Diving in at his feet. should have scored again. This game probably should be all said and done for Franics. But Twiz holding on.
Tell you what, that could be one hell of a ball over the top for Eusebio to run onto. What's that back post? There's a man there. Chance in the air. He will score. And that's what he's been waiting for. Someone to step up and to bring him back into this game and back into this best of three. Neymar with the goal. It fell to Eusebio. Neymar was in acres of space. A long ball towards the back post. And the Brazilian, of all types of finishing techniques, he goes for a header, and it's 1-0 here in this game.
I'm asking serious questions about the passion and desire from the goalkeeper. It's literally in front of him as that ball's come floated across from Eusebio. Neymar's allowed to head it in from literally about 3 yards out. If that's my goalkeeper, he is getting put into a gold upgrade and never to be seen again.
Tell you what, that's audacious over the top. On the stages like this, we could be on our way to a game 3 tonight in our first semi-final of this FUTWIZ Fan Cup. Messi. Can he be onside? He will remain onside. He needs to get that ball across the box. He rushed it slightly too much, and now you can feel how the tables have turned. Another big win. So 3-on-2. If this is managed well, Pele still cuts inside. Pele dancing, moving, grooving. Back into a 1-1 scoreline with 23 minutes left to play.
Cracking fake shot. It's not a move that we see a lot done, the fake shot. But he's sold it with a big dummy on the fake shot inside the box. And then as he's potentially looked to shoot, a little bit of left stick dribbling just to turn it back onto his right foot. And then firing away, no backlift, into the bottom left corner. Pele levels it up after a couple of missed chances earlier on in the game. 1-1 with a third left to go.
Seeing this on both sides there, we saw a quick snippet of both players' POVs. We're going to jump ship just quickly to see that there's been 3 changes made by Franic. I think one of those was Awar into the midfield. Didn't quite catch the other 2. On the flip side for Twiz, he's trying to make every single tactical change he can because he knows he needs a goal. If not, we'll go to extra time, and who knows, maybe a penalty shootout to decide the future of how this knockout bracket's going to go tonight. Well, it's the same 2 change, and it's a wow that comes on for Mbappe. That's the third and final change. I would still say that Franic has looked good going forward. It's just been that final pass he's been missing at times. Decision-making hasn't always been his best so far in this game. I mean, that Pele goal, the decision-making was on point on that occasion. Nicely done. Pele interchange as well. This is nice triangles from the midfield trio. Dest cuts back. Verde drops the shoulder. And nearly sold 2 players in his tracks. It falls kindly back to Lionel Messi. Brilliant feed from the Argentine. He went for the cutback, got confused. David Gea could be in absolute no man's land. Just seems to get a little bit confused. Still could be a chance now. Is there a cutback for Franic? Pele drops the shoulder. And it's the Pele show. He's been the only man to score for Franic across these 2 games. He's bagged 3 of them. And he might have just bagged in the goal that will send him on his way to a grand final.
Well, if anyone wants to learn how to do the McGeady cancel, just drop Franic a little message. He's gone to that skill move time and time again in the final third. It finally pays off for him with Pele creating the space inside the box and an emphatic finish past the goalkeeper into the far post. All the pressure now put on Twiz to get a decisive and equalising goal.
Chance, Mbappe! Oh, wow. That was a chance. And he's not going to get many more of those now because Franic is going to try and manage this game as best as he can.
Could be a chance. He'll definitely get one good chance before the 90th minute. Will MFK Twiz.
Kanto. Messi, nicely done. Mbappe, brilliant feet! Well, well, well. We're not done yet.
It was just a little bit too open at the back, was Franic's. The ability to switch the play from right to left was way too easy for Twiz. He kept his composure inside the box, turned onto Mbappe's right foot and just simply hit it into what seems to be an open net. The keeper didn't even move.
And back to the drawing board we go again. What a semi-final this has been, by the way. 2-2 with about 2 minutes to separate them. Roberto Carlos got an absolute mazy mad run. Oh, wow. Back to Gelson Martins, Vieira. This would be a dramatic end. And a goal that would double this man's prize winnings for just getting into the grand final. Dest looking to cause havoc down this byline. So many blue shirts in and around the box. He wins it back well, and I think we're on our way to extra time here. We are indeed. 90 minutes couldn't separate them with a scoreline of 2-2.
See the stats at the break before extra time comes in. 59% possession for Franic, 3.2 to 1.9 XG. He'll probably feel a little bit hard done by that he's going into extra time. Defensive switch off and missed chances in the final third have allowed Twiz to get back into the game, and I've got to tip my hat to Twiz and say, look, maybe he didn't create the most chances, but the chances that he's created, Brandon, he scored.
Here we go. 30 minutes to either find a grand finalist or to send us into a game 3. Franic's from distance. Of course, kicking in that dark strip. If you have just tuned in today to PlayStation's YouTube or Twitch channel, you've joined us for this FIFA 22 FUTWIZ Fan Cup. Which, after leading on 2 different occasions, Franic has been able to come back. Awa. Lovely switch of play. Finds the feet of Dest. Still brilliant feet. Nicely done. Recycled well. Awa back to goal. Can he find his teammate? Verdi does well. Gelson Martins off the bench. Perfect. The 3 substitutions linking up perfectly well. Verdi into Martins. Whipped across the box into Awa. And from a CDM defensive position, he bombs on into the box and potentially can make himself a hero.
It's a really good pass, I'll be honest. From Gelson Martins, he managed to get down the byline, and I'm looking at that positioning from maybe the centre-back. That should be intercepted. It's a flash across goal with the driven pass, literally into it was a really good area, but typically that gets cleared or defended better.
Mbappe. I tell you what, it's done so well to find this space. Defensively, Franic's all over the shop. Goes for that player lock again. Mbappe literally fighting his own battles at the moment. Taking on 1-2 players. Looks to cut it back. Messi on a right foot finesse. That's never his strong point. And a half-time and extra time. 15 minutes left to play. Franic will lead by 3-2, and it's probably the best of his bunch, to be honest. Brilliant, brilliant build-up play. Found the finish he was looking for. But can he hold on for 15 more minutes? Because defensively there in the last 2 minutes, he did not look sound at all.
No, he certainly didn't. And nerves, knowing that he's so close to getting over the line, potentially playing a factor. I think people underestimate how pressure and nerves and the mental side of FIFA does impact your performance so much. We've all been on those tense situations. Back when FUT Champions was probably more of a competitive game mode, when it was 30 games, and you were on that potential cusp of getting Elite 1 or into the top 100, top 200 for FUT Champs. Those matches were really big, and the only thing we were getting was coins or packs. You win this game, guaranteed. Even if you go on to lose the final, Brandon, almost like a ×3 or times a double on your PSN credit. You've got a chance to win a PlayStation 5 and €500 if you win this game, if you are Franics.
So to be honest, expect a bit of game management in these next 10 minutes. He's already been in a winning position on 2 different occasions across this game. And he has thrown it away, and he's going to know that his opponent, I think Twiz, is going to come out and attack. He's going to throw everything forward. Can he hold on to this, though? Verdi does well, turns his man. Messi drops the shoulder, just about keeps it in for Verdi. Looks for a cutback. This is really nice FIFA. Could have easily went down to ground there. And Messi stands on his feet, dives into the tackle, and keep the ball in an area which won't cause too much trouble. Big win there. That could be a heartbreak. At the back, Martins round the corner. He just fluffed his lines. There's Rudiger stands strong.
He's on the floor. This is a big opportunity.
And Carlos goes down to ground there. Referee waves that one away.
Oh, just rushed. Ever so slightly.
Just gets forced around the corner. Eusebio. Can't link him with Mbappe. We're into the final 2 minutes now. Remember, scoreline stays like this. Franics will be into the grand final tonight. Mbappe still.
I think that's it. Always give a corner.
Oh, no. Oh,
One
no.
chance.
Maldini runs it out for a corner. Last roll of the dice. It's an awful pass. Des wins the ball back. And that should be all she wrote in this semi-final. You will have your first FUTWIZ Fan Cup Grand Finalist. And there will be Franics of Spain that finds his way into a Grand Final and also guarantees himself that extra step up in prize money today. He is a best of 3 away, Richard, from €500 and a PlayStation 5 tonight. 17 years of age, this man. He will be over the moon, but he did not make it easy for himself at times in that second game.
He certainly did not. I think the opportunities were coming thick and fast at the end of the game and just couldn't see off the game. He couldn't finalise the result, could he? It was always up in the air. It was always up for debate. He managed to get through in the end, did Franics, and he will take his place in the grand final. This was Twiz. Lovely little floated ball from Eusebio to the back post. Again, Petr Cech has to do more there. Has to come and collect that. Instant reply. Look at this fake shot. Big fake shot. Sends the defender, and then quick little intricate turn back onto his right foot before firing past the goalkeeper. We went into extra time between these two warriors. This was a chance to potentially see the game out here. De Gea, I don't know what was happening at the back. Gelson Martins, he turned down the left-hand side, got to the byline, cut back for Pele. McGeady cancel inside the box. We thought potentially Franics could go on to win the game. 2-1. Messi played into Mbappe, turned the defender, and a simple finish into the back post. And this was the winning moment. Gelson Martins driven across the box. Hassem Aouar coming from midfield. Right place, right time, and he will solidify himself as a finalist.
Yeah, one name in the hat of that grand final. Franic 04 is through. Commiserations to MFK Twiz, who does leave the tournament not empty-handed. He will get €150 voucher, of course, to use for his PSN account to buy some FIFA points, or maybe a new title to be released in the next year. Next game tonight, there will be TTW Nemesis up against Botana 46. I've seen this man's name loved in the chat already tonight, Botana 46.
I've seen it as
He's
well.
been had a couple of fans in there watching and thinking, when is he going to be in action? We can confirm he'll be in action straight after today. Let's find out a little bit more about our players. I'll kick it off with this man. We're off to Italy. We've been to Germany, been to Spain. We're off to Italy now for Thomas Franato, 17 years of age. TTW Nemesis is his gamer tag. You can find him on Twitch TV there. /TTW Nemesis. What's his bracket run been like to get to this grand final tonight, where he finds himself out of the 5,000 people that signed up? It's perfect. An 8-0 record this man has had in his qualifier to get himself to the grand final. And Richard, this is the team that he will take to battle in this semi-final.
I've just seen a Forza TTW Nemesis, so he's got some fans in the chat, and you can see his squad that will be utilised. Probably the best squad we've seen so far, to be honest. Base Eusebio, Inform Kante, and Kylian Mbappe attacking in the attacking third, I should say. I was just trying to figure out where it's going to go, but obviously Eto'o and Chiesa will move up the pitch. Kante will move down the pitch as a 4-4-2 or a 4-2-3-1 with a back four. Spinazzola, Winter Wildcard. Team of the Year, Ruben Dias. Headliner, João Cancelo. And honourable mention, Antoine Rudiger, with Player of the Month De Gea, again utilised in goal. Off the bench, maybe looking towards Verde. You got Jonathan David as well, who's an absolute nightmare to play against. Always seems to score against me. And also another Gelson Martins there. Probably the best squad we've seen so far. And it's coming in from Nemesis.
Yeah, absolutely. A couple of Team of the Years popping up to say hello. Funny story with that Chiesa, Richard. I packed him twice in a pack, believe it or not. It's quite a random story. However, on the flip side, Botana 46 goes by the name of Hugo. We did ask him where he's from. He just said he was in his bedroom. So we didn't get a location on Botano. 46 coming in to that. I mean, I respect the answer because, you know, he's probably, that's where he's playing from. So if he's in the stream, good evening.
Could have been conservatory. Could have been living room.
Yep.
I've played a few games of FIFA in the kitchen before. You never know. Botana 46 is his gamer tag, and that's his record. 8-0 in the Swiss standings. I know everyone in the chat is wanting to know where and what he is going to be using, how he's going to be lining up in game, and let's have a look at his FIFA squad. It's stacked. It's very good. Team of the SCR7, Team of the MSI, David Janola. John, about a minute and a half ago, I said that was the best squad we've seen so far. Yeah, I changed my mind. This is the best squad we've seen so far. I'm not too sure on the positioning of David Ginola. Make him a left forward, get him on some more chemistry, and then Mbappe, please, because that's hurting my OCD. I'm sure that will be changed. Patrick Vieira managing. Patrick Vieira on the reserves. Let's get him on the bench, and then we can have a bit of Vieira inception. But a really solid team. Best team we've seen so far today. Expect Team of the SCR7 and Team of the Messi to score goals.
Yeah, what do you think about that Hernandez, in it? Obviously left wing, of course, positioned by trade. It's his informed left back. João Cancelo, obviously in there at the moment. Unbelievable little in-game item he is. We've seen him used as a CDM occasionally. Yeah. Of course, obviously a 4-star weak foot. What do you see happening there with the change of that player position?
Little bit Hernandez to left back, João Cancelo into midfield next to Paqueta, and then a front four of Ginola, Messi, Ronaldo, and Mbappe. It's a very, very solid team, I'll be honest with you. I would even say comfortably the best team we've seen so far today. I'm just looking at the bench as well. Di Natale. Also, if I see someone who's rocking any Fofana, whether that's the player of the month or the headliners, I know it's going to be a pretty serious player. He is an incredible foot item. I saw player of the month Fofana on the bench. I'm expecting big things from this young man.
No, absolutely. A very, very decent player indeed there, and certainly can be unbelievable in those CDM positions that we've seen him in. I think we saw him quite a bit in the FGS Open back in December. Obviously, since then, the game's changed a lot. Team of the Year players have come out. Fullbacks can do a job in midfield, as we're going to see with João Cancelo in this next game. And if you have just joined us tonight, it's the best of 3 for this semi-final you're about to watch right now. Winner will go through to play Franic in the big one tonight. €500 in cash and a PlayStation 5, believe it or not, up for grabs in this huge FUTWIZ Fan Cup. Hopefully, you guys have been enjoying it so far. We've got another best of 3 here, and then we'll have our grand final commence. As soon as it's ready, we will jump into this game. Looking forward to seeing this, Rich. Both have had unbelievable Swiss records coming into it. 8-0 supposedly is the record they've had in a very, very stacked bracket and tournament. Someone's got to lose. Let's wait and see.
Someone's always got to go coming into our semi-final stages. Who is it going to be? You were talking about Fofana in midfield being sort of a really viable option. Another one is the future stars Jude Bellingham. I know a lot of people have been really liking him. I'm excited to see what the pros can do without Jude Bellingham. I was in Stoke's stream earlier on today, and he actually said Jude Bellingham is the best centre midfielder behind Prime Hullet. It goes Prime Hullet, and then FUTWIZ stars Jude Bellingham. So, look, I'm expecting him to be in a lot of pro squads, a lot of top FIFA players in the Elite Division squads, and hopefully he does the business.
Well, you just saw a little snippet of the link-up you're going to be seeing over the next couple of matches of FIFA. That was Messi into CR7. And you already saw how potentially deadly that's going to be. Eusebio could be around the corner now. Brilliant ball. Mbappe down the other end of his first sniff at goal. He'll score. And it's only taken Chiesa 7 minutes in game. The honourable mentions. Forward of Juventus. To score his first chance at goal. TTW Nemesis. The Italian stallion leads by a goal to nil.
I think he played an offside trap. Did Botana. You see him doing it again there, and Nemesis just managed to sneak in behind. He got down this left-hand side. Chiesa made his movement in field, and it looked really rudimental. I expect a reply, though, from Botana.
Maybe an instant reply, Richard. Mbappe into CR7. Last time we checked, this time last week, he was up the he was on the market for just under 7 million coins, that man. If you've got the ability to try him out as a loan for a couple of games, make sure you do. Just have a little taster of how good this man really is in game. What's he done there out of possession? As Chiesa run wild. Chiesa still. Little hill to in the box. Lovely ball. Mbappe twist, turns. Which way will he go? It's a guessing game in the box. And eventually Ruben Dias. In the first and second time of asking will win the ball.
It's looking really good though, Nemesis at the moment. Just knocking this ball around the box.
Can score from distance and let rip from. Could be far away. Have to split up the defence. Mbappe, Eusebio for 2!
What a start to this game for Nemesis. We were talking about the squad of Botana, saying he's definitely got the best team. Nemesis has come to play right now. 2-0 up inside 20 minutes. Eusebio with a cracking finish. And he means business.
It's got to be a wake-up call. Instantly, David Ginola sits him down. Ginola still times it green. Surely a chance. Messi back to goal. Right foot. Timed it red. He's panicking. And his panic stations for Botana 46 right now. It might be the man that's got a few loans in his team. He might need to bring a few more in because currently he's down by 2-0. Could be 3. Eusebio. Cut back. Chiesa. Ginola. Acres of space to run into. He'll till in the box. Ginola still. Messi. Left foot. Don't let him on it. Didn't quite get the angle the Argentine he was looking for. But it's just a counter-attack. Look how many green shirts are running forward every single time for Nemesis. Looks so deadly in this final third. Chiesa, scoop turn. Fakes to go one way, he'll tool to the other. And still somehow has got possession, the Italian. Eusebio. Brilliant feet. The patience is incredible. Eto! Oh, back inside. It was quick. And maybe too quick for Mbappe there.
You just see how quickly, though, the speed of these attacks. The ball is absolutely fizzing around the box. Eto into Mbappe, Eusebio. He's winning the ball back as well at every opportunity. Nemesis could wrap this game up in the first half here if he goes 3-0 up. It's only a one-legged game. And then we're going into game number 2. He's 1 point away from being in the grand final.
Cancelo driving this forward. Team of the year Ronaldo into Mbappe. Surely, nicely done. Lionel Messi will restore a little bit of hope for Botana in what's been an action-packed 40 minutes here. It's I attack, you attack. It's the FIFA that we want to see. And it's the FIFA that's on display in tonight's FUTWIZ Fan Cup in this opening semi-final tie. 3 goals between the two. And Nemesis just about holding on to this 2-goal lead, but that's certainly a step in the right direction for Botana.
Game well and truly back on. Let's see how Nemesis decides to play this now, because the only sort of FIFA we've seen from Nemesis so far, Brandon, has been 110 miles an hour. Attack, attack, attack. Does he continue to play like that, or maybe do we see a slight shift in intensity, maybe a possession-orientated style of play comes over? I think it's going to be the continued attack.
Nice. Mbappe drops the shoulder. But you're absolutely right. It's just been relentless. Absolutely relentless in the way he's played. Look at the drive forward. Mbappe looking for an equaliser. Mbappe might get there. He has.
Oh.
He timed it great, but the goalkeeper was in no man's land.
I think just as the shots come in, there's been a little bit of goalkeeper movement, and it's thrown him off completely. Mbappe smashing it in on the green time finish across the goalkeeper. What a game we have got.
There we go, half-time. I did not expect this between these two players. 4 goals scored, and we're all square. What a ridiculous first 45 minutes that has been in our second semi-final. As we said, winner of this goes into tonight's grand final, and we'll play against Franic for a chance, as we said, to win that PlayStation 5 and that 500 euros that's up for grabs. It's 2-0 up. I thought this was going one way, Rich. I thought it was one-way traffic, and it was traffic for Nemesis that was constantly... It just wasn't going to stop. I thought we were going to see 3 or 4, but he had to reply, did Botana, and that's how he did reply. He didn't get 1, he got 2 goals. Mbappe with the second, and bringing this all back square after 45 minutes played here. What a taster this has been if it's your first time watching competitive FIFA. It's your first time maybe seeing how competitive these PlayStation tournaments can be.
I feel like surely we can't keep up that end-to-end first half now into the second half, but I think we are going to, you know. I think it's going to be non-stop attacking FIFA on display. He's only got 2 at the back. He's literally defending with Ruben Diaz, and that's it. Here's Botana.
You can notice as well on the flip side, look how many numbers and green shirts are forward. Every single time Nemesis goes forward, it's like just a line of 4 forward, sorry. Verdi's been brought on off the bench. That's quite an early change he's decided to make there. Eusebio. Couldn't quite find Mbappe's feet. He's trying to link up with his fellow forward. If you have been lucky enough to pack João Cancelo or got the coins to invest in him, give him a run out in CDM. You won't regret it.
Stick him at left wing.
Someone was telling me the other day that they played against him in FUT Champs. Someone played him up top, João Cancelo. He scored 5 goals.
Genuinely not surprised.
Certainly was the day to forget. Ronaldo, brilliant feet, reverse elastico, CR7! Oh, would have been one hell of a goal. Into the box it will go. He's in the air. He's CR7 again. Battling strong is Nemesis. Chiesa will drive forward.
He's got pace.
There's a cutback option though. Eusebio's on the box. Edge of it, sorry. Mbappe's there. Mbappe on the volley maybe. There's a cutback surely. One more. There it is. And just wide for Verde.
That has to go in. On the cutback. He's a little bit off balance. But it's such a big opportunity.
See another cutback. More change that he can make. Expect to see the changes coming now. 62 minutes played so far. Remember, best of 3. You've got to win 2 out of the 3 games to solidify your place in the grand final. CR7! He did have a free header, to be fair, but just couldn't quite find the angle that he was looking for.
He got up for it, did Cristiano. The player locked to the Manchester United man at the back post. Just couldn't get his forehead on the ball.
Chiesa. Eusebio, this is nice. Not nice enough to get a clean finish at goal. This is ridiculous, though. This is the one thing that you will get when maybe you're not watching completely sort of top pro level gameplay. Nothing to take away from these players at all, but there's that level of just taking a risk, unpredictability that you're going to see at any PS tournaments level across the board. This is what you get when you put big prize money in the face of competitors from all around the world that want to have a chance of competing at FIFA. They build their own ultimate team. You put them in a knockout bracket. You put a PS5 on the line. What a save. What a save. There's an eye on Mbappe there for making it 3 goals to 2. Another chance. It's in. It was off the bar, it was off the post, and somehow Nemesis will squeeze it through. I don't know who got the final touch on that in the end.
Ruben Dias at the near post. He managed to get the first initial flick on, and then the ball's bounced really nicely for him. Just to tap in from close range. What a game. I think you were mentioning about sort of the level of play, Brandon. Not necessarily the level of play, but the way the game's played. It's a lot more attack-minded. It's a lot more sort of careless, I think, in a good way. It's the best. You take a lot more risks. When we were commentating the Open Series in the summer last year, especially the North American Open Series, we had King CJ, who's a real professional FIFA player, plays in the EMLS. We had Dulster, I think, competing in one of those tournaments as well. And they brought a much more sort of reserved approach to the games. Most of the time that was successful for King CJ. But sometimes you get games like this, Brandon, where the entertainment value is off the record just because it's so quick end to end.
That's what I'm saying. We're not trying to take away anything from the competitors at all, because they are at the top flight, as we said. You haven't been following, the bracket and the sign-up process on the PlayStation Tournaments tab in general on your console, or the website compete.playstation.com. There was over 5,000 people that clicked the website, signed up, agreed with terms of service. Lots of people wanted to be in this position tonight. And you are looking at the best of the best. They've been able to hold their nerve and keep their calm. And somehow still keep their calm, because this has been one hell of a game. 5 goals between the two, end to end. There has not been a 2-goal cushion at any point tonight in any of the games that we've watched. That's how competitive it's always been. It's always been between 1. Final 5 minutes. TTW Nemesis in the lead by 3 goals to 2. The man from Italy. Verde. Looking to find that nail in the coffin. Back to goal. Eusebio. Oh, there's another save to save the day. So maybe just give him a little bit of hope, Botana, if he can win something from this corner. Relentless piece of pressure. It's not for the goalkeeper.
Is
Could be a different story. Look at the space.
Ronaldo.
CR7. Is it a running race? And that's Chiesa of all people that are back. Mbappe. Into Lionel Messi.
Rebound.
On the rebound again.
Oh. You've got to have a little bit of composure there as it's fallen to Cristiano Ronaldo. The shot was never on from that angle. Just a little cutback. Mbappe was in the box begging for it. What a game. If the second match has got anything like that one, even if it's 50% of how good that first game is, we're in for a cracking series. Nemesis will Honestly, that game, I actually need to recompose myself for a second. It was so quick and end to end. Like, just the initial start of the match where it was attack, attack, attack. We looked at the squads and we thought, you know what, Botana, that's a ridiculous squad. I even saw Jay Denman, content creator for FUTWIZ, in the chat saying, yeah, this guy is going to be a serious player. He's going to be very good. Nemesis came out and ripped up the script. He went 2-0 up inside the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're seeing the goals that he scored here, Richard. 2 fantastic goals. I take it back. There was a moment where someone was up by 2 goals. I apologise. It was that man very much on your screen, but he wasn't on the lead for too long. With 32 minutes left to play, and you're seeing this man dominate and dominate and dominate, you're thinking, surely there's nowhere back for Botana. And then the 38th minute, the goals started coming, and they came from this exact position there. Mbappe was the provider for one into Messi, and then Mbappe was the goal scorer of the seconds. A little bit of goalkeeper movement, as you rightly said, but time green into the top bins. The traditional Mbappe celebration to run away with that one. And then this was the winner. The goal that won it all. Into the box, off the bar, back to Ruben Dias, who just volleys that into an open goal. And I mean, at the halfway point, or even at the starting point of this best of 3, it is a 1 point on the board scenario for the Italian in Nemesis. But the one thing that's impressed me so much is that where these two are literally throwing everything forward in this attack, counter-attack-esque football, there's so much space at the back. We just saw that in the counter-attack. And if you don't defend well, you'll get pickpocketed. And very closely at the end there, Messi nearly had the ball across the box, just couldn't quite find the conviction of the pass. And somehow Nemesis got out of that unscathed.
Well, it came from Nemesis' attacking corner. He lost the ball from the corner. 3 passes later, Ronaldo was in on goal. If that was another player at the back running back and not Chiesa, Ronaldo probably gets away from him and gets his shot across goal. Because it was Chiesa, he managed to keep pace with Ronaldo, had to force the ball inside. And look, on another day, hindsight's 2020, it's a beautiful thing. He probably could have recycled the ball in a better way and moved it across the box and looked for an extra man. It didn't go that way. Nemesis squeaks out a 3-2 victory, and now we're going into game number 2 with still everything to play for.
Yeah, as we said, he has to win. Has to win this game if he wants to go to a third and final showdown. We've seen extra time, don't get me wrong, tonight, but we haven't seen anyone take it to a best-of-3 third game. That's including tonight's broadcast, last week's broadcast, when we commentated over Jay Ling's same sort of fan foot cup here on PlayStation's tournaments. But if that was a 5-goal thriller that was only separated by a single goal, who knows what we're going to be in for in this next game, Richard. I mean, we saw a taster of how good those Team of the Year players were, by the way. Ruben Dias, especially popping up and showing his worth. João Cancelo, yes, he's a left-back, was playing in midfield in that game. Didn't look out of place at all there, just pulling the strings from left to right, breaking up the players. He'll always seem to do. And, of course, on top of that, the usual faces, Mbappe and so forth, popping up and getting on the score sheet.
I've just had a quick look at your camera there, Brandon. I can see the PS5 poking out behind you. Is that to show what is going to be won tonight for the top dog, or is that you just flexing that you managed to get a PS5?
See, that's the thing. Everyone's just probably thinking, Brandon, we know you've got a PlayStation 5. Stop showing off. It's just basically there. I'll be honest, it was in the background for my stream before, and I thought, this is the PlayStation tournament, so we're giving away a PS5. I mean, we might as well get it in the background. But to confirm, as you rightly said, someone will be getting their hands on the PS5, which are so difficult to get, by the way, and €500 in cash on top of that as well. Let's just put that into perspective. If they were on sale, PS5s, you can get your hands on one. You could buy your mate a PS5, and you can get a PS5 as well. Typically,
when you get to the final in a lot of the PlayStation tournaments, the difference between second and first is maybe a €200-300 difference. This time out, if you finish second, you're going to be gutted that you've not finished first, because the first prize, that PS5 is, money can't buy at the moment in regards to the prize that you are winning in the PlayStation 5, as well as that €500 in cash. Second prize taking home €350 of PSN store credit. I can't wait to see how that final does play out. We know one half of the final, it's Franic. He was successful earlier today. A really good performance, wrapping up the game 2-0. If we think back to that game and you think back to some of the key moments, I feel like it was the calmness over his play was the real decisive factor. He wasn't getting stressed. He wasn't getting pressured into making decisions. the complete opposite we've just seen in our first game of the semi-final between Botana and Nemesis, because there was a lot of bad decision-making. It made for a really entertaining game, but it was very frantic. It was very sort of on the edge of the seat FIFA action. Exactly what we want to see as a neutral.
Oh, absolutely. It's exactly what you want to see as a neutral in these sort of moments. You can probably see down the bottom as well some links popping up on the screen, compete.playstation.com. If you haven't already got yourselves involved in that, there are daily, weekly, monthly tournaments taking place. Not just FIFA, so many games for you to compete in, whether you're from the EU region, NA, the list goes on, worldwide global FIFA tournaments. If you do want to get yourselves involved, there's obviously a very popular one called the Open Series that runs weekly and monthly too. So do get yourselves involved. And there's all the scores as well coming along the bottom of the screen of what you might have missed tonight so far. We have been commentating on the top 4 players that have got through this FUTWIZ Fan Cup. As I said, over 5,000 people did sign up for, 2,500 of those competing in the live bracket. One of the brackets had 1,699 players in it, I believe. So to get yourself out of that is an achievement in itself. So I'm glad the pricing has gone down to 3rd and 4th place too, because you do get some decent PSN vouchers.
Yeah, I've just seen a few people in the chat as well. One particular user saying that stop talking, just play FIFA. Look, I know I'm big time. I'm not big time enough to hold up the entire broadcast and say, we're not playing until I finish my point. We're getting the game ready, sir. Just be patient. We're into the game now. Game number 2 is underway.
You ask and we shall deliver. Gameplay on its way. Second game in this semi-final of the best of 3. And it's a little bit like this. Botana in that FIFA Ultimate Team. 22 stripped from left to right in this one. And in the white and green, it will be TTW Nemesis kicking from right to left. If he wins this game, he's in tonight's grand final. On the flip side for Botana, he has to win this game if he wants to go to a 3rd and final matchup. If not, he'll be taking a 3rd place spot and crashing out the tournament. It's all about the start for Botana, because he was 2-0 down in 32 minutes in that first game. He simply cannot repeat that again, Richard.
No, he can't. And if he does go 2-0 down in a game that's so important to the series, has to win this match, especially in a one-legged game of FIFA, Brandon. If you go 1 or 2-0 down, we know how hard it is even on champs or rivals to turn a game around. Never mind where you've got the added pressure of knowing that you have to win to stay in the tournament.
That's a brilliant ball in on Messi. I think he's just about onside. Botana, we said he needs a good start around the goalkeeper. Brilliant start for a man that must win this game if he wishes to go to a 3rd and final matchup.
Lionel Messi, cool as ever. Ball roll past the goalkeeper and a simple finish with the right foot over the top of the onrushing defender on the goal line. I feel like game 3 could be in our future, Brandon.
Well, very much could. How will Nemesis respond? Mbappe, maybe a little bit like this. Mbappe into Eusebio, the rest is history. 60 minutes played. He might have taken the lead, Botana, but it's only lasted for literally minutes and seconds of real life time.
What a finish, by the way, from Eusebio. Emphatic from the Portuguese icon. We mentioned game 1. We alluded back to it before getting into this second match. If you missed game 1, this is basically what it was. 2 players battling it out, end-to-end FIFA, all focus on attack. Best man wins.
And there's a lot more of where that came from. Kante. Eusebio, Mbappe still. Couldn't quite find the key to the door to unlock that back line. Maybe this time he can. Really well done. Mbappe! Patient. Waiting for the goalkeeper movement to come in. Then just found the gap. And from 1-0 down, it leads to 2 goals to 1. It's 2 goals in 6 minutes. And it's the perfect comeback. And the perfect reply.
I love that little touch around the corner. Just almost popping it off. Nonchalant inside the final third. Mbappe just, as you said, coming around the back post, coming around the corner at the perfect time, arriving onto the ball. It's impossible to call where this game's going to go, honestly.
Nicely done. This is nice. Triangles on point there between Eto'o, Mbappe, Eusebio. De Bruyne dispossessed. Xiao Cancelo.
Chiesa inside the final third here. Looking to build up. Expect to see something from Nemesis here. If he can go 3-1 up, he puts himself in a really good position. Eusebio, great turn. Left-footed strike from the icon. There's a reason that he's in these squads. 5-star week from the Iceman. Eusebio, and that puts Nemesis in the driver's seat here. 3-1 up going into a half-time. Botana needs a response, and he needs it now. We saw him fire back in game number 1. 2 goals in very quick succession. Will we see a similar reply this time around, or will Nemesis step on the accelerator and pull away? Kevin De Bruyne in an advanced position. Chiesa, cut back. Eusebio, right-footed strike. Is he offside? He's just offside. I'm surprised. I thought he was on. I thought the ball went backwards, but Eusebio must have started in an offside position. Really unfortunate from Nemesis there. But the intentions are all good. The intentions are clear for this young man. Score another one. 3-goal lead. And seal the tie. He's been at the heart of all these attacks so far. There's the 89 rated icon. As we're about to come into half-time here. Final chance will fall to Nemesis. Doesn't come to anything as the ball just goes out of play, and it's a throw in given. Half-time whistle is drawn, and you see the impact that Eusebio's had in this game. 2 goals.
It's a 2-goal cushion, isn't it, for the first time that we've seen, again, reinstated by Nemesis. But he's been in this position before, and we've seen Botana fight back. This time he literally has to fight back, otherwise he will not be going any further in the bracket tonight. He'll take a third place finish. He won't go empty-handed, of course. He will get some PSN vouchers that he can redeem in store on his console. But he has to bring his A game. He simply cannot concede any more to Nemesis. If he scores one more, I think it'll be the nail in the coffin. And we'll be looking towards that grand final. Mbappe, back to Eusebio. Again, looking to cause nightmares. Nearly, very nearly. Got around the final defender there. Lovely little use of the fake shot.
It's a good chance for Dest.
Botana. Ginola. Nicely done. Ginola steal, reverse elastic. Oh, brilliant save.
Created the chance really well. Lovely reverse elastico. Short corner played into Paqueta. Is it going to fall to anything?
Mbappe patient. Going for the right decision and the right body to play to. Tried his best to link in there with João Cancelo and a little 1-2. Couldn't quite find what he was looking for. And this could be a chance to go 4 up now. Mbappe. Elastico. Happy to keep possession into N'Golo Kanté. They'll pass around the corner. De Bruyne. Scoop turn. Off the post. That could have been it.
He deserved it as well. Beautiful scoop turn from Kevin De Bruyne. And up the other end, Ginola. 1-on-1. Rudiger coming back. Green timed. Cracking save.
It's the harsh reality, isn't it, of FIFA? You can have a golden chance down one end, then you nearly get punished down the other. Very should have. Much, I should say, being punished there. Timed it green with Ginola. He couldn't do any more in that sort of area. And back down the other end we go again for another rep. Mbappe, stop it, you. Tries to pull out one of the goals of the day.
Sombrero flick. If I'd have gone in, I'd have lost my head.
Not done yet. 25 minutes left to play here. There is still all the hope and all the chances in the world that Botana could pull this one back, but what we're seeing is this man goal out. Mbappe drops the shoulder into the top right corner. And that's a man with ice in his veins as he leads by 4-1. A 3-goal cushion. Can it be overturned? Is there any way through for him? We're going to have to see a remarkable change of team or formations, tactics. Botana, we're looking at his POV right now. Is he going to change anything?
Constant pressure. I can work that out. Even not as a native speaker. Attacking changes. Kaká on as well for Ginola. Ginola, after that miss, he's been brought off. Mbappe also making way. Cancelo into midfield, into a wide centre mid spot. And Fofana is introduced at CDM.
Well, it would be the 25 minutes that we'll never forget about if somehow Botana was able to turn this one around. It's a long, lofted ball over the top, which could cause nearly more heartbreak. Messi. Nicely done. Messi still. Cancelo back to goal. Every chance he has to score from. That's literally the harsh reality now. Could this be one of them? CR7 plays it through. Surely Kaká. That was one of them. Unless this corner can fly in. Alternatively, it can't. He timed it green with Ronaldo. It didn't fall to the forward's head thereof. Manchester team in the air item. However, gives possession straight back again, does Nemesis. He wants to be on for a rocky last 15 minutes. He does do well to just about defend another wave of pressure. Gives it back again to his opponent. Lionel Messi on the left boot. Surely there's one.
Game well and truly back on as Lionel Messi fires past the goalkeeper on the left foot. Are we in for a grandstand finish?
Well, well, well. 12 minutes. I'm sure there'll be a seed of doubt that's been planted in the head of Nemesis, thinking, I cannot throw this away. We've all been there. And on the flip side, for Botana, thinking, you know what? If I get a goal now, there is time and there is a chance. CR7, chance!
Oh! Has to go in. Has to go in from Ronaldo. I didn't know if the dink maybe could have been the way forward.
Team of the year, Ronaldo fluffing his lines. This is going to be the punishment they'll have to suffer instead. And
No.
maybe not. I thought Eusebio was off.
Missed chances galore in the final 10 minutes here.
Dest all the way from fullback. It's a bombing run into CR7. Ball roll, brilliant save. That man has been incredible in goal for Nemesis. The chance he saved from Ginola, the chance he's been saving from Cristiano Ronaldo. He's really kept him in this game.
What an outstanding game so far.
Kaka, lovely. Elastico, wow. 3 minutes plus additional time. Score. We go to extra time. Keep the ball and win the game. You're in a grand final. Has this man got the composure that he needs right now? There's no need to cross it in the box. And I think this man is not taking any risks at all. The added time's been played. He's in a grand final. And in the best of three, TTW Nemesis just about scrapes through again. He loves getting into a 2-0 or 3-0 advantage point, Richard. And very nearly either throwing it away or nearly throwing it away, as we just saw there. How on earth he was able to weather that bit of pressure that was on him. Attack after attack after attack. Goalkeeper was superb. Ronaldo probably should have scored. David Ginola had that green time finish that should have been a goal.
Yeah, just when we came back there, we were watching back the broadcast very quickly. Just see, not the goals, but some of the missed chances. Like, some of those missed chances were ridiculous. Like, genuinely ridiculous, Brandon. You expect those opportunities to go in, and I think when we were talking about the difference between a pro player and a semi-pro player, I think that's a fair description. Those chances go in, and they're not missed opportunities. And this game is out of sight for Nemesis. That one right there, David Ginola, he had a green timed shot inside the box as well. Kevin De Bruyne, that's green, that's a goal. This one right here, he's done everything he can do. This just has to go in. This is just a little bit of goalkeeper movement before the shot comes in. A great save again. Kylian Mbappe finally taking one of those chances. Hitting the top left corner. He left it late, did Botana, and he set us up for an incredible finish to this game. Messi finishing past the goalkeeper there. Kaka, Elastico, left-footed strike past the goalkeeper, but unfortunately it was too little too late, and that sets up our grand final.
Well, I mean, Rich, let's not beat around the bush. I thought it, you thought, everyone at home thought that we were going to be going into an extra time scenario there after what was a dominant last 20 minutes from Botana. Unfortunately, no one's yet to take us to a game 3 yet. We've seen 2-0 sweeps from Franic and from TTW Nemesis, as that is your grand final. All set up there, of course, all ready to play in about 10 minutes time. Of course, if you have enjoyed what you've watched tonight and you're thinking, Jesus, I want to get involved in this competitive gameplay that is so end-to-end, so many goals are going in, there's a link down below right now. Compete.playstation.com, daily, weekly, monthly FIFA 22 tournaments at any skill level, you know, whatever skill level you're at, whether you want to be a top level pro or you're completely brand new, there's different prize spots, different level tournaments. Get yourselves involved and really just have a go and see what you can do. I better go at it. I pretty much lost every game, so hence why I've never gone back. But nevertheless, Richard, what a grand final we have ahead of us in about 10 minutes' time.
Yeah, I can't wait to see who comes out on top. Who's been walking away with a PlayStation 5? We're going to find out very, very shortly indeed, Brandon. I want to see the Twitch chat filling up with predictions for our grand final.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, before we go to a break, we've got two very nice, kind messages for our two grand finalists from two very well-known FUTWIZ players, FUTWIZ Nixneb and Jamodo. Check this out, and we're back in 10 minutes' time for the big grand final.
Hi guys, Nixneb here. Just wanted to congratulate you on making it this far in the FUTWIZ Fan Cup. Well done, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in future events.
Guys, Jamodo here. I just want to say a quick good luck to you guys that have made the FUTWIZ Fan Cup final. Obviously, you've made it this far for a reason, so my advice would be play the game, not the occasion. I know there's some nice prizes up for grabs, but just play your normal game. Don't get nervous. I know it's easy to say, but just have fun and good luck.
Well, welcome back to the PlayStation Tournament's FUTWIZ Fan Cup. Of course, we're in the stage of our grand final tonight as you join myself, Brandon Smith, and Richard Buckley for the call of this massive grand final where in about an hour's time, or maybe longer, depending if we go to a third game in the best of three, someone will be claiming a PlayStation 5 and €500 in cash. Rich, thousands have got involved in this, only 2 players remain, and what a grand final this one plans to be, fingers crossed.
Yeah, incredible. We've seen their route in the semi-finals, both winning 2-0 straight sets, you could say, in the best-of-3 format. Will it be a 2-0 in our grand final, or will we need all 3 matches to see who comes out on top? Only time will tell, and the time is nearly up.
Yeah, the time is nearly up indeed. And tonight across the broadcast, we've had loads of familiar faces of Team FUTWIZ, from professional players to content creators, all giving their personal wishes to our competitors tonight. We've got a few more of those before we jump into our big grand final. So take a look at these.
Hi guys, it's Denman9 here, also known as Denman, FUTWIZ content creator, and I'm here to firstly say a massive congratulations on making it this far in the FUTWIZ Fan Cup this year. It's been an absolute banger so far, and I hope you're both ready for the final. With £500 up for grabs, a PS5 as well, it's all to play for. And also, it's a great opportunity to put yourselves on the map for any potential teams looking for the next upcoming star. So it's all down to you guys now. A massive congratulations on making it this far. And like I said at the beginning, good luck.
Good luck to everyone still competing in the FUTWIZ Fan Cup. Congratulations for making it this far, and we look forward to seeing you in future competitions and following your journey.
Best of luck to everyone still competing in the PlayStation FUTWIZ Fan Cup. Congratulations on making it this far, and we look forward to see how you do in this competition and in the future. Cheers!
Well, there you go. Kind words from the UK.
I can't go with Marco sat in his kitchen. I literally said people play FIFA in the kitchen earlier. He's going to, in between games, quick up, make a cup of coffee, back in for the second half. I love it.
You'd call him and Jamono, Mr. FUTWIZ, them two. They've been there from the start, really, haven't they? Of course, great to see Marco coming back. Leah as well, their new addition. Jay Denman as well, content creators that FUTWIZ are really sort of to include now in their roster themselves and everything they've been doing in a day-to-day aspect. So a massive thank you to those guys that have wished all our grand finalists some wise words before we jump into this grand final. If you haven't got any clue about the bracket, Richard, talk me through it, because 4 players arrived here tonight and only 2 remain.
Yeah, absolutely. You can see MFK, Twiz and Franic, they matched off in the first semi-final. Franic came through that 2-0 in the best-of-3 format. Nemesis, who we just saw, maybe edges the favourite coming into the final. He was a lot more goal-happy in the final third. He came out successful against Botana, 2-0. You've seen the bracket. We know our finalists. I'm excited. Let's have a look at the head-to-head. The tail of the tape coming into our final. Franic, he's not unbeaten. He has suffered 1 defeat in this process of the FUTWIZ Fan Cup. On the other side of it, TTW Nemesis, he is unbeaten. He's got a perfect record so far. 9 wins, 0 losses, 100% win rate. Who will come out on top?
Yeah, he will come out on top indeed. And before we jump into this one, I believe we've got potentially a poll coming up for you guys at home that are watching this on Twitch or on YouTube to have your say of who you're back in this grand final. Franic or TTW Nemesis. There should be a poll that will appear now in the Twitch chat. Have your vote. I believe there's a couple of channel points up for grabs as well. Have your votes in there, and let's see who comes out on top and who gets their prediction right.
Yeah, I think it ran during the ad break, because I actually maybe threw a little vote on it potentially. Look, I'm not. I just who I think might come out on top. It could be 3 penalty shootouts and a 2-1 victory for one of these 2 players. It could be 2 6-0 wins back to back. We do not know, but the question is up in the air: who will come out on top? And I think the results of that slightly favour one of the 2 players, Brandon. Nemesis with a 63% poll result. So he's certainly the favourite amongst the people. Will that vote pale in any respect to the actual result? We'll find out very shortly.
Interesting, because I'd say out of the 2 players, I thought Franic was a bit more calmer when he was in the lead and was able to sort of see the result out compared to TTW Nemesis, who led by 2 goals, conceded 2 goals in the first 45. Yes, of course, he went and got the job done anyway and still won both of his games. But he didn't look as comfortable when he was in the lead. He scored a lot of goals, but he did concede a lot of goals as well. So let's see how that one plays out. And then I guess at the end of the play, Rich, whoever wins, you're just going to say you voted for them, I guess. So,
yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, why not? I'll take that. Thank you for that, Brandon. I'll take it. I was gonna say who I actually voted for, but I shall leave it up for debate potentially. I do think though it will all come down to who gets the first win. Very rarely in best of 3 do we see one person, Franic, win the first game and then it completely get overturned. Typically, from what we've seen, just looking at previous results, looking at previous statistics, whoever's won the first game has gone on to win 2-0. We've not seen a game 3 yet in this format. We did the J-Links tournament last week. Now we're on the FUTWIZ tournament, and we've had a decent sample size of games to look at. All the matches that we watched have been 2-0 clean sweeps across the board.
Yeah, literally, that has been the case, as you said. I mean, there's not been a third game. We've had extra time earlier today, but that's the first time we've actually been anywhere near an extra 30 minutes, let alone a third game. Let us know in the chat right now, wherever you're watching from around the world, a prediction for this first game in terms of a scoreline you expect to see. I think we're going to see an end-to-end game of FIFA. Hopefully, quite a few goals between the 2, because as we said, the pressure is going to be ramping up. There's €500 in cash and a PS5 that is up for grabs in this tournament. Have a little look across the board on PlayStation tournaments. You won't find many tournaments that offer you a PlayStation 5 and €500 in cash. You won't. You just won't.
Yeah, and while we're waiting for our finals to get underway, it seems a better time as ever to tell you how you can get involved as well. If you're sitting at home and you're thinking, you know what, I fancy that. I play a bit of FIFA. I play a different sort of array of games, actually. I'm quite multi-talented on the old sticks. Why don't you get involved? Compete.playstation.com. That's the link you want to sign up with. That's the link to get involved. Just like these two players have done right now as we're about to get into our grand final.
I'll tell you what. For a split second there, I thought we were in for the first chance of the game. You do join us now, though. For this FUTWIZ Fan Cup Grand Final, over 5,000 people signed up and only 2 remain. 1 from Italy, 1 from Spain. And we've got a best-of-3 game to conclude and to see who will come out on top as the winner here. Potentially the first chance of the game for Franic. Brilliant save. I apologise there for that notification that's just popped up on the screen. Luckily, it didn't block the goal or the chance from the view of anyone at home. But that's the first chance already registered from Franic there. If you've missed the teams that these two have got, we'll break them down to you across the next 2 to 3 matches of what has been their winning formula in terms of their ultimate teams they've been able to build and use in this. Eto, nicely done. Mbappe! Welcome into a grand final. And it's more of the same from TTW Nemesis. It's the Mbappe show. Eto, Pele, they're all involved, all linking it up around the box.
Lovely play. It really is. Just the extra movement, the extra run of Mbappe. He was the spare man. Served it to him on a plate. And Kylian Mbappe, gold in form, headliner or team of the year. You get the same result inside the box, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And that is the net bustling and rustling and Nemesis in a 1-goal lead.
However, I think that's just the start, Richard. Pele, half a drag back. Looking to manoeuvre his way into the box. Strong tackle defensively. But you've got to sit back and remember, Franic has probably been waiting a good hour and a half for this game. He obviously played his first semi-final and had to watch from a distance for this one. It was very nearly. Eusebio was going to make it 2. Just a bit too heavy in the pass. Paqueta, Mbappe. Can't find a way through on that occasion. Brilliant feed, Paqueta again. Pele, who's been the hero for Franic throughout this tournament. Again, just has to try and buy his way past that. Ruben Diaz at the back. Team of the year, Ruben Diaz. He's an absolute solid 6-foot-plus defender. You just can't find a way around him. And you won't find a way around him.
I've been very impressed with Samuel Eto'o. He's deployed himself as a wide player, wide mid, wide cam. Not only has he got involved in the attacks, but defensively he gave a little bit tracking back. But his pace, he's just sheer lightning pace down the right-hand side has created so many problems.
Mbappe, potentially for 2. Watch the cutback. Mbappe still, brilliant cutback. Could be an own goal. Get the ball clear. And somehow Franic's getting himself out of a spot of bother, and he could be through on goal now. Pele finds Mbappe. Elastico's out of danger. Ball roll. Scoop turn.
Wow. What a final. Talk about end-to-end. He's literally had it on his own goal line. And in the next 8 seconds of FIFA, he's launched one over the top, recycled it. Mbappe lovely dribbling inside the box. Ball roll, scoop turn, smash past the goalkeeper. And Franic is well back in the game.
And this is what it's been like, Richard, throughout this whole tournament process in terms of the games we've been able to commentate on tonight's bracket. So frantic, so end-to-end, counter-attack-esque FIFA. And for being in danger at one end, and probably should have scored it, to down the other end where you've just had heartbreak. Long ball over the top. Mbappe, brilliant feet there. Elastico, scoop turn, ball roll. The complete perfect mixture. What a save from Petr Cech. He still is in the air. Petr Cech again called into action from Eusebio. Not done yet. Eventually, just a chance to breathe for Franic there. Messi.
Every time he comes forward, though, Brandon, it looks like he's going to score, Franic.
Could be on for a cutback. Oh, he is! Mbappe of a brace! What a turn of events this has been!
What did I just say? Every time he comes forward, he looks like he's going to score. Very simple. Out wide. Got it down to the byline. A simple cutback, and Franic is now in front.
For how much longer? That is the question, Mbappe. Into Eusebio. Tries his best to turn his man, just can't quite find the turn he was looking for around the map. Do not let that man on his left boot or cause you all sort of nightmares. Twisting, turning, Mbappe, hat-trick hero! It's been a 45 minutes he'll never forget about. Kylian Mbappe, forget team of the year, it's the normal gold standard version.
This is genuinely incredible right now. Franic's 2.7 to 3.3 XG in the first half. These two are not wilting right now. They are throwing everything at it. Outstanding FIFA on display.
And literally it comes off the back, Rich, as we were rightly saying, of Nemesis absolutely dominated his opponent. Probably should have been 2 goals up, should have been 2-0 up. It came from a complete coming together of everybody in the box. It was like a pinball in the box. He got the ball clear, went on a counter-attack, and it just started this belief of Mbappe, of all of these things he could do. The skill moves, the combos, and he's just scored 3 goals, back to back to back. What a turn of events and what a first half it's been for Franic, who leads by 3 goals to 1. Now, how much more has this game got for us? Remember, it's a best of 3. No aggregate scoreline, nothing like that will carry over. If he finds one more, there'll be a 3-goal cushion. Dest trying to find the cutback. The header wasn't probably the best option. Could be a chance. Messi. Cutback, find Mbappe. Can't find him. He's completely miles away. It was actually Pele that was in the box. So surprised. He's been quite quiet this game. Pele was the sort of superstar in the semi-finals. Did score 3 goals for him, alongside Aouar scoring the biggest of goals in extra time. So far in this one, it's been all Mbappe. De Bruyne steaming forward now. Team of the year, De Bruyne, alongside N'Golo Kante in the midfield.
Watch for a potential switch of play. Tried firing it into Pele. Maybe a little bit too eager to attack there was Franic. I don't know if it's just the camera that we're watching, Brandon, right now, but the pitch looks absolutely huge. It looks so wide.
It means there's so much space that these players can actually see in terms of the POV that we're watching. What I can imagine is TTW Nemesis, who could be on the edge of the fourth goal to concede it. Destin it goes. Pele off the post.
Penalty?
Mbappe goes down to ground. Referee says, get back up on your feet.
Thought for a second, as that ball's been curled onto the head of Pele, it was destined to hit the back of the net.
Messi. Paqueta. Looking for that one more goal just to solidify the first game here. Another goal certainly would do that. Messi, quick feet. Does well down this byline, the area where no one wants to land. Mbappe, is he on for a fourth? Drops the shoulder, left and right. Elastico in the mix. Back to goal. Pele, scoop turn. No finish there. Does do well. Ruben Diaz just to stand up. And to not let the shot come in from the Brazilian.
Paqueta with a fantastic pass.
It's coming straight back at him. Sorry, Richard. Dest, Mbappe. Spins well on the ball. Scoop turn ball roll. It's slick, it's quick, it's fast. It's too hard to predict, let alone defend. Mbappe still. He's having the time of his life out there.
Could be dangerous. Nemesis has got players running forward.
Is there an option in the box? Maybe there is. De Bruyne. Can he let rip from it?
Oh, didn't need to fake shot.
Diallo just drops the tackle in, and luckily enough it was timed.
I like this from Franic, just holding possession for even a couple of minutes just to calm himself down, regain composure. He doesn't need to score. He's 3-1 up. It's a one-legged game of FIFA. You will go into the second game in this best of 3 with a 1-point lead.
This is Barcelona-esque FIFA. Up until the point where Mbappe had the ball, it was like good 16 passes there in a row. Massive tackle to Diallo. He's out of position now. Is he going to be covered by Maldini? He will be. But only for so long, because Mbappe will pick it up. Eusebio's in the box. Chance, Eusebio! Pause comes in. And this is where we're going to see a couple of changes potentially. So we have got the POV of Franic. The person is in the lead by 3-1 in this game so far. This is the bench that he's got.
You see a couple of defensive changes being implemented here in the player instructions. Looking at that bench, Jibril Sow probably going to be introduced, just as I say that he is. Verde for Mbappe, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Awar maybe brought on as well. It's Gelson Martins actually on that left-hand side. The reason you make attacking changes like that late into the game, bit of pace up top allows you to stretch the pitch further if you see a ball in behind against the fatigue fullback. But also, Nemesis is going to push a lot more bodies higher up the pitch now. He's going to put his fullbacks attacking. He's going to have his centre mids joining the attack, which means there's a lot more space if you can play the pass right. Kevin De Bruyne, great save. Big chance missed.
Well, it's chances like that you needed to go, and if there was going to be any chance to get 2 goals in these last 4 minutes, Verde's off the bench. He's fresh. He's probably going to score. He goes on his own. It's going to be a rebound to tap in. And Martins will run away. You can apologise all he likes, because he's going to have 1 point on the board. No matter what else happens in these last 2 minutes plus additional time, mathematically it just isn't possible. And it's going to be back to the drawing board for TTW Nemesis. A player that likes to score goals, as we saw in the semi-finals, just has not been allowed to this time, Richard.
He's just been shut down. He's been very simple. He's not been creative in the final third. Enough, at least. He's not had the opportunities that he was presented in the final game. And the best way to subdue a really attacking player is to put them on the back foot and to say, okay, I know you like scoring goals. Now you have to score goals. Now you're not only attacking because you're already 1-0 up and you're looking to go 2 or 3. You have to score goals because you're losing. And that, it creates a really different mentality, because then you start doubting yourself. You start forcing the ball, as we saw him doing. Not taking shots, not skill moves in the final third that he was doing in the semi-final. We get to see the best moments from game number 1 here in our grand final. And it was Nemesis who went 1-0 up as well. But a really, really sort of end-to-end game. Franic was the one to come out on top. That's literally the same move right there. You saw the clock in the top left. It was 24 when Nemesis was attacking. Franic scored on the 26th. 2 minutes. FIFA time difference is about 8 seconds in real life. Corner played short. Paqueta floated into the back post. Ruben Diaz forcing a great save from Petacek. Came back in. Another great save there from the goalkeeper. And Franic, once he rode his luck a little bit, now started to turn up the gas in the final third with these chances. Mbappe was the first, and just before half-time, Kylian Mbappe twisting, turning, left-footed strike past the goalkeeper. We went into half-time, Brandon. Franic was in cruise control.
Yeah, he was indeed. And it was that chance, as you saw back, the corner, the header, the Petacek double, triple save, and it was the Mbappe show after that. No matter if there was a chance to him to get a goal back, he missed it again. And with the last kick of the game, really, Verde found his substitute teammate. And it was Martins that made it 4-1 in that. That means end this best of 3 in the grand final. And he's 1 point on the board for Franic. The Spanish 17-year-old is up by 1-0 technically in this best of 3. If he wins this next game, that will be all she wrote. It will be all said and done. PlayStation 5 to you, my friend, and €500. We need to see a more clinical and a better TTW Nemesis, because that man did have chances. I mean, it was cleared off the line, it was bounced around in the box, but what he did do is he let Mbappe have a sniff, and then Mbappe just didn't stop after that, did he? He got 1, he got 2, he was dancing and moving and grooving, and
especially after he went 1-0 up as well, Brandon. You expected him to sort of push on, and it was a couple of those missed opportunities, sort of it put him under the pressure a little bit, especially when the game went 1-1, and then Franic really just picked his time and picked his moment, because he might have been against the run of play, but whenever Franic went forward, I think I said it in the commentary, he looks like he's going to score, and 2 quickly became 3. On the back foot then is Nemesis. He's looking for ideas. He's not been in this position during this tournament so far. He's not been in a losing position where maybe he has to change something. Franic comes out, kills the game off, 4-1. He's 1-0 up going into our second game. We've never gone past game number 2 in this format. Are we about to do it right now? Is Nemesis going to force game 3, or will Franic see out this series 2-0 and bag himself a PS5?
Yeah, as we said, this is the moment for him to do it. If he doesn't do it right now, he won't get the PlayStation 5. He will still get €350 in PSN credits for him to spend however he chooses to on his console in the PlayStation Store. But he needs to bring a better performance than he did right now. This is the grand final of the FUTWIZ Fan Cup, and we're into game number 2, where currently it's all to play for here right now. If he wins again, he'll be your champion. Or are we going to see a third game for the first time tonight in this bracket play? Franic from right to left again in the blue strip, and TTW Nemesis from left to right here. It's going to be interesting to see how he approaches this game.
Oh, absolutely. Does he come out flying again? Do you have to try and put the pressure on? Because there's no, other than the overall arcing point score, and obviously the best of 3 format, you're not against the run of play at all here. This is a brand new game of FIFA. There's no aggregate scoreline. If he can kick off just as he did the first game with a 1-goal lead cleared off the line, maybe he settles a little bit better than he did in game 1.
Somehow, again, Franic just gets himself out of these ridiculous positions where it's a goal line clearance, the player blocking the ball on the line. And somehow, this man finds his way out of another one of those scenarios. Of course, his team of choice does include Eto'o, Mbappe, Eusebio, just to name a few of those players in his team. They were nowhere to be seen last game. Nicely done from Paqueta. Massive switch of play from Dest, who has been really impressive, by the way, in at fullback today.
He's not looked out of place at all, has he? The Serginho Dest SBC.
Especially with the other options that are available now. If you fancy the PSG link-up play, or as you've seen here, players mixing in a handful of different links. Eusebio, in it goes. Mbappe, Eusebio. Oh! It's the same start. It's the start that this man needs. Because he has to win this if he wants to go to a third and final game.
These moments could be pivotal. However, this was the exact same story as game number 1, and Franic replied instantly and then put 2 and 3 into Nemesis's net.
It's about how he responds off this now. Can he build upon it again? We know he likes to score goals. We know he's dangerous in these sort of areas. Cut back, own goal.
Oh, no. I don't know what's happened there from Franic. It's a lovely tucked-in finish from Maldini. But he's put it in the wrong net.
And that isn't the start that Franic would have needed, let alone conceding in after just, 15 minutes to then concede an own goal, sorry. Really isn't what this man needed. Remember, if he wins this game, he would have been on his way to a PS5 today. Maybe the pressure just got a little bit too much.
And mentally, they're the moments where it's easy to crumble from here on out. If he can find his way back into the game and go 2-1, 2-2, I'll be very, very impressed. It shows at such a young age as well. Really good mental fortitude. A lot of players, Maldini sticks that in his own net. You go 2-0 down inside the first 20 minutes. You're annoyed. You're angry. You're disappointed. You're sad. Why is this happening? What has just happened? You just need to keep calm. Write it off. Yep, that happened. Now we sort of progress in the game as though it's just another goal that's conceded. Let's try and answer back.
This is nice. Maybe a step in the right direction. Pele dancing. What a save. Massive save there. After Pele did so well to find the space. Back post Maldini will try and get it back across goal. Dejalo, Vieira. Looking for an option, looking for someone to lay it off to, and it's going to be potentially a counter-attack on the flip side.
Numbers running forward. He's done well, Paqueta. I've been very impressed by Lucas Paqueta as well. It was an SBC that when he came out, I know a lot of people did him, but myself, I didn't actually complete him. Sort of feel like I'm missing out right now.
Well, he hasn't looked out of place, has he? As a complete box-to-box midfielder. As we speak about him now, he's on the ball, literally. Ball rolling, scoop turning. On the edge of the box, Vieira.
I thought his controller died for a second.
Waiting for someone to bite into the tackle or into the space he's looking to try and exploit. Pele. Cut back. This is nicely done. It was Puskas there. Could be on for 3. Cut back. Chiesa turns. Finish! No! Massive save from Petr Cech. If that was 3-0, it still could be 3-0. And it goes! Never great save, Petr Cech on the rebound. It's not there.
$3-0. It's such a comfortable scoreline in a one and done. In a best of one game. 2-0, we've seen turned around.
Mbappe, he's got to offload it. Pele, reverse elastico. Not just kicking the ground in the end. It will go out for a goal kick.
It went the wrong way, in my personal opinion there. I feel like Mbappe was the ball. Mbappe was the player who was in.
Here we are. At half-time, we call for a reaction from Nemesis, the Italian player in the competition, who did lose his first game in this best of 3.
Jeez, did you see that for a second, Brandon? I think, well, 3.7 XG at half-time.
I mean, he's deserved it, though, hasn't he? He's been creating so many chances so far in this. No doubt, it definitely could be a different scoreline at this point.
Well, as it stands, Game 3 is looming.
What's going to be interesting is how Franic looks to change his tactics for this game. Because no doubt, as you can see, Maldini completely out of position. He's going to be looking to press. He's going to be looking to be a bit more aggressive. He's going to have to get bodies forward. Mbappe to make life even worse. 3-0. I think we can say we're on our way to a game 3 right now.
Yeah, we certainly are. Nemesis. Great finish. Inside the box. Kept it patiently. Franic was offside trapping high up the pitch. He just picked him off. Right place, right time. And unfortunately, Franic just hasn't shown in the offensive third that quality that he showed in the first game.
Verlet tries his best to twist and turn away from his man. Simply is not able to do it. About Carlos getting involved. Why not? He needs a miracle right now. What this does mean is that this last game is going to be an unbelievable matchup.
It certainly plans to be.
It all to play for. The PlayStation 5, €500 in cash. And the perfect way to end what has been a ridiculously competitive FUTWIZ Fan Cup. It's been this hard to get to a Final Four.
Over 5,000 signed up. Incredible numbers.
Going to a pause menu now. We have got the POV of Franic. I mean, Rich, you are in a situation like this. You're 3-0 down. 30 minutes left on the clock. What are you doing?
Exactly what he's showing us right now. Constant pressure, throwing everything at it. If you lose this game, it doesn't really mean anything. Because, not that it doesn't mean anything. If you lose this game 8-0, you still lose the game. So you may as well go for it and at least try and turn this game around before you fully commit yourself to a game 3. I've just seen in the chat ex-Twiz as well, who played in the semi-finals. GG's, thanks for the tournament. It was not what he wanted in the semi-finals. However, he'll come back stronger and try again.
As we rightly said, Richard, has to give himself a pat on the back. Out of all the people that signed up to this, to get a top 4 in general is a ridiculous achievement, one that you should certainly be proud of. Mbappe, Elastico, chance. Oh, Mbappe.
It's gone wide. I'm really surprised by that. Sometimes when it's not your day, it really isn't. Mbappe firing wide.
Mbappe. When those aren't going in or not even on target, you know it's not your day. However, the lucky thing that he's got is he has got a second chance. As you can see by this best-of-3 format, that white scoreboard is the best-of-3 scoreline. Franic's won the first game, if you missed it. 4 goals to 1. And it just shows how different the next game of FIFA can be. Because currently he's down by 3 goals to 0.
He's not coming back anytime soon either, unfortunately, for Franic's fans out there. I think this is going to be all she wrote. And Game 3 will be upon us for the first time that we've seen in these fan cups.
Final 10. TTW Nemesis to wrap out what has been a superb win. It all came from the start. We said that he does start these games well. He went 1-0 up in the last one. Just couldn't sort of keep his foot on the gas. However, in this game, he certainly has done that, Rich. He's been able to build upon it. 1, 2, 3. No doubt probably could have been 4 or 5 in that first half with the XG that you were talking about. There'll be a small 4 or 5 minute break for Franic to reset, to get himself back out here. Mbappe looking for a cutback. It'll be nothing more than a consolation if Sergio Dest can find anything here. I mean, you'd rather be in the shoes, I think, of TTW Nemesis right now, wouldn't you? You've just come off the back of a massive win, potentially a clean sheet as well. Coming into the decider.
I think the advantage, the momentum, the confidence will certainly be with Nemesis. But both players know they can beat each other. Like, it's not an aggregate scoreline or even a home and away leg, Brandon. Both players have literally defeated one another, so there really shouldn't be anything technically between these two in the final game. But Nemesis has certainly been a more comprehensive victory.
Could be a chance, and that'll do us for game number 2. I mean, we said he needed a reaction, TTW Nemesis, and that's exactly what he brought us in this second game. He didn't concede a goal. He scored 3 of them, though, as it all came from the brilliant start that we did allude to. He does score first. It's just building upon that and trying to make things happen. He's made it happen. First time in our FIFA 22 season so far in these PlayStation tournament broadcasts that we've seen a third game in the best of 3. And luckily, it's come in the grand final, Richard. Probably the best time for it to come.
I do think out of all the matches that we watched last week with the J-Lings FIFA tournament and then this week as well with the FUTWIZ Fan Cups, I think these are the most even players that we've seen in terms of ability. Like, I wouldn't say one of them's necessarily got a really, really stacked team compared to the other one. We're not seeing really CR7 Team of the Year. We're not seeing huge Team of the Year players in the squads. There's a couple of loan items floating around. I don't actually think Nemesis has got any loan items in his squad. I think it's all his team. We see the best moments from this game right here. This was the third, an opportunity actually for Nemesis to go 3-0 up. Corner whipped into the box, header down. Petr with a good save. He was only 2-0 up at this point. It came into the second leg. I'll let these highlights play out as I complete my point. I really don't think that there is a lot at all between these two when you look at their previous results, when you look at how they've been playing during this tournament as well. In all the other finals that we watched, I feel like you could go into it saying he's a favourite, he's a strong favourite, or we think this player's got a much better team that could help him sort of pull him through these matches. These two are really neck and neck when it comes to not only ability, but also team as well in their FUT squad selection.
Yeah, I mean, what's more crazy, Rich, is you've had a 4-1 game in game 1. You're thinking, okay, right, he's going to go and do the double on them. Then you have a 3-0 the other way in that last game. It just throws an absolute spanner in the works to think, you know, who is the better player here? It's just every game of FIFA is just so different.
Goal difference, 0. Exactly the same as well. 3-0, 4-1. Like I said, the first half, I would say the first goal, but we've seen 1 goal deficits turned around. I feel like the first half, I'd love to get the stats on who's been winning at half-time, who then goes on to win the game, especially in these one-and-done matches. If you're winning at half-time, you are in a unbelievably good position to go on and win the match, because your opponent has to make changes. They have to go more attacking. They have to throw more bodies forward, and it means that you don't get to play your style of FIFA. You have to play a more aggressive, you've got to play a more attacking style of FIFA, which ultimately plays into your opponent's hands.
Well, this is it. The game that players would have dreamed of being in when they click sign up on the PlayStation Tournaments menu or compete.playstation.com. The chance to be in the final 2, the chance to be in a position to win a PlayStation 5, let alone the extra €500 on top of that. And I can confirm this is that final match. A best of 3 has concluded 2 games already with 1 win apiece. And now it's all up to this one. A third and final match. If we need extra time, we'll go to extra time. If we need penalties, we'll go to penalties. But only 1 player will come out on top at the end of play today. And your FUTWIZ Fan Cup champion, Puskas, looking to come forward for Franic, who, of course, is kicking again from right to left in this first half in that blue strip. TTW Nemesis in that white and green from left to right.
How important is this first attack, this first play going to be? Can Nemesis pick up where he just left off?
Well, he scored every goal first so far in this grand final. He went 1-0 up in game 1. Yes, lost 4-1 anyway. But 1-0 up in last game, of course, won 3-0 there, as we just saw. Can he keep that same style going? Because there's no doubt about it, it's going to give you a huge confidence boost if he can get that first goal. Mbappe could be in around the corner. Played defensively to Jarlo. Able to step up again. Carlos Puskas, who's been quite quiet. He's been involved on this left-hand side, but haven't seen too much of him. Puskas down the byline, whips it across! And Mbappe was hovering at the back post. However, lucky enough for Nemesis, there was a defender in a white shirt to get the ball clear.
It feels nervy right now between these two. This very well could end up just being a 1-goal game. I know that seems outrageous when we've seen, 8 goals between them so far over the course of 2 legs. But nerves play such a factor.
You couldn't get any more of a nervous game than this one, Rich.
Absolutely.
The way it's come down to this, maybe Franic's fault. You know what? I've got the safety net of losing the game. I can go into this third and final matchup. Well, now he's here. How will it change the approach with these 2 players and what is literally a one-and-done game? You have just joined us. This is the FUTWIZ Fan Cup presented by PlayStation Tournaments. A tournament that's had over 5,000 people registered for it from all around Europe. Chance on the volley. Brilliant save from Percek. He was able to match up Eusebio's effort. No, very nearly. Found its way into the back of the net. Paqueta whips it in into that and to check. And a chance to breathe for Franic. If not, oh no, oh no!
Oh, you can't do that.
Forget breathing. This man's having a panic.
You can't do that. Just throwing the ball away. Oh, he'll be heartbroken to concede like that.
Mbappe, Pele. Needs an instant reply now. I mean, you speak about throwing away the game. It could be throwing away a PlayStation 5 as well. With a mistake like that, if it was to end by a goal. A 1-goal deficit, sorry. Pele punching to the feet of the Brazilian icon. Again, he's done very well defensively this game, Nemesis, just to stand up the likes of Pele and Mbappe when they get into those sort of areas. Not to dive into a tackle. Easy said than done. Eusebio. Mbappe. Could be 2! If it wasn't for better check, it would have been. Still could be. Into the box it goes. Headed away. Back it does fall to Mbappe. It's done well to keep it, let alone recycle it.
He's done well to intercept that in the middle of the park. We talked about Nemesis picking up where he left off. He's now 4 goals to an... If you count the last game and then this game, obviously it doesn't work like that, but mentally it's a hurdle to overcome for Franic. Can he overcome it right now? Pele! The goalkeeper movement was poor from Nemesis. And Pele slides it in the near post.
It's the perfect time to get a goal. Just before half-time. It's a very similar finish to what he scored in the first game. He just waited for the goalkeeper movement. He was so patient. And at this level of FIFA, goalkeeper movement will always be so poignant. You're either too early in your get matched up by the goalkeeper movement, or if you can just about delay your shot by a couple of milliseconds at that, you can maybe find the gap to squeeze the ball through, and Pele was able to do that there. Half-time in our final game. It's 1-1 all square, and we are in for a ridiculous last 45. You can see the XG. It's in the favour of Nemesis again. I think for me, it's just edged this half. No doubt he has been the better player in my eyes.
He might have edged it, but there's only one stat that matters. It's right there in the middle of the screen. 1-1. At the halfway point here in our grand final. The final match that you're going to see here in the FUTWIZ Fan Cup. Who's going to come out on top? Has Franic sort of broken the spell a little bit? He was 4-0 down in his own mind. He'd conceded 4 goals without an answer over the course of Game 2 and Game 3 now. Now he's got that goal back. Can he kick on? Or will Nemesis be Franic's Nemesis?
Let's see what happens here. Corner into the box. What's that back post? On the volley! Nemesis with a chance, and it goes again! No, it's in! How close was that? Came off the body of the player. He must have just been behind the goal. And we spoke about Team of the Year players. We might not see too many of them. There's one man that's featured heavily tonight. And it's Team of the Year Ruben Diaz, who might, just maybe, have sent Nemesis on his way.
Really solid header, wasn't it? Floated in to the box. Ruben Diaz just got told to go and attack it. Powerful header. Player on the line couldn't do enough about it. And all those questions may be about to find answers to them regarding Nemesis' attack, Franic's defence, the mental fortitude that 3 matches of FIFA has on an individual. Oh, what a save.
Fell to Messi's right boot there. Can't really say it's an excuse of any. But it might have been a factor to why it wasn't the cleanest of strikes. Final third of this one. Played in nicely, Mbappe. Can't find a way around. The ball roll's not there defensively. Nemesis is sound and able to read up the tackle. De Bruyne. Eusebio, maybe for two. Petr just snatches that one off the feet of the Portuguese forward. Messi. Paqueta, Vieira now. Mbappe, scoop turn. Kante, superb at the back. Shouldn't really even be there. He's just dropped in from CDM.
It's getting so edgy all of a sudden. This is the beauty as well of FIFA Esports. Game 1, comfortable win for Franic. Game 2, comfortable win for Nemesis. Game 3, 2-1 on a knife edge going into the final 20 minutes.
Are we going to see that pause coming? We normally see it around this time of the game. For a B Verde coming on, or Martins, his popular subs that
Jabril Sow.
Franic is like to use. Even Awar as part of that conversation. If he was to get one more goal, Nemesis, it would be all she wrote. And it would be game over towards that post. Chieta's there. Brilliant save. Petr again to the rescue. You can't really fall upon this man any more times than he has today.
He might be looking at Chiesa as well and thinking, maybe done better there. He's a whipped crossing to the back post. I would be asking, why has Chiesa not gone for a volley there? He's headed it instead. And if he volleys it, it's almost a guaranteed goal. But again,
yes,
small margins.
Just didn't fall to the volley there of Chiesa there. There's the subs we just mentioned. They're on the pitch now. He needs a goal. Scores, we go to extra time. If it stays like this, it will be TTW Nemesis on his way to another victory. A decent victory this shall be in the FUTWIZ Fan Cup. Remember, anyone that's impressed tonight might just get themselves a call up down the line for Team FUTWIZ if they are recruiting for another player. Another esports organisation. No doubt might just about be in touch. Auer into Sergio Dest. Can he find the ball around the corner? There's still ball up. Which way is he going to go? Can he find the cut back? Getting haunted back there to potentially an own goal. Final 10. It's dinked in. Mbappe's there.
Did really well, didn't he, Serginho Dest? And you look at the numbers flying forward here for Nemesis. Chance to kill the game off.
He was just about to be offside. Mbappe there did well to keep his run. Just in check. Scores again. You'll probably win the game. Offside Mbappe. Possession back to Franic. Did well with the offside trap. Well, this has got to be your best 7 minutes of FIFA you've ever played throughout this bracket. Forget the Swiss rounds. Forget the semi-final rounds. Forget anything else that's happened before today. You need a goal. And you need a hero right now. If there's any chance of going into extra time. Auer off the bench. Battling on Messi. Can he drop the shoulder? Can he get on that left boot for a finesse? Well read by N'Golo Kante, who's back again, doing the dirty work.
He's offside again. The offside trap's been really good for him here in the final few minutes. He's allowing himself to get another chance to go forward.
This is it. Last roll of the dice. Last chance. Auer!
He missed! Oh.
I mean, you could argue the fat wrong player in the right area. He was fresh off the bench. He made a dying run forward. He was a hero for him back in the semi-finals of an extra time winner. He's not the hero that time round. Blazes it wide on the left-hand post, and all you can sit there and think is if that was Messi, if that was Pele, if that was Mbappe,
if that was Brandon Smith,
would it have hit the target?
Has to go in. Was that Franic's final roll of the dice?
He's going to win it back again. Or maybe not.
Might have been.
That is going to give him nightmares tonight. He does not get anything else out of this game. He just keeps giving possession back to him, does TTW Nemesis. He can't handle the pressure. And it's a 3-on-3 maybe right now. Massive win, Spinazzola. And that should do it. It's in his hands now. Chiesa to take time out of the game.
That's it, GG.
And it will be this man. The man from Italy, 17 years of age, who's only just kicked off his pro player journey. He's just bagged himself a PlayStation 5 and €500. And that is how a best of 3 can go. You can lose the first game 4-1. You can win the second game 3-0. Give yourself all the confidence in the world. It was a nitty-gritty game. However, that man has just about survived. I don't know how Aouar did not even get that shot on target. What a chance. 87th minute.
Has to go in. That chance there with Hassan Aouar. It didn't go in. And that means that Nemesis will be your victor here of the FUTWIZ Fan Cup. And also, with competitive FIFA being played on PlayStation 5, potentially could be a name to watch for the future. He's got his PS5 in hand. And he will be, I'm sure, competing, whether it's division rivals or even we might see him at a FGS qualifier down the line. This was the first goal of the game. Franic will be looking back and thinking, what on earth am I playing at the back there?
I mean, what do we say? We said if the game came down to one goal, Richard, being the difference, he'd think back to that chance. Franic's of a simple throwaway of possession at the start of the game, and it would come back and haunt me, and it did. Of course, that was the goal that made it 1-1, and then just somehow it crosses the line, Ruben Diaz. There was lots more drama, though, in the last 18 minutes of this game. We had Chiesa there of a chance, and this was the big one. Hassan Aouar,
I'm shocked.
Got to be on target. Got to be on target there. It's going to haunt him. It's going to give him nightmares tonight. All we can say is a massive congratulations to TTW Nemesis. 17 years of age from Italy. This man's only just kicked off his FIFA esports career, so to speak. And guess what? Sorry, the best of it all, he's got €500 for his win tonight and a PlayStation 5. He was the one man to rise up, Richard, out of the 5,000 people that typed in compete.playstation.com and signed up to the FUTWIZ Fan Cup.
And just like you can right now at home, if you're seeing what Nemesis has done and think, you know what, I can do that. I can be successful as well. I'm good at FIFA or a huge range of different games. They're all involved down below. Copy that link into your URL. You can even access it on your PlayStation as well. Compete.playstation.com. Sign up, link your accounts, tick the box for the terms of service, and make sure you get involved. It's very simple. There's a huge range of different games, huge range of different tournaments, ranging from sort of where you can win in-game currency or TIFOs, all the way up to cash prizes and a PlayStation 5 like we have done today. Compete.playstation.com.
Yeah, I mean, what a tournament it's been. We had a great taster of what potentially these PlayStation tournaments can offer on FIFA 22 last week with the J-Lings Fan Cup. This week, we've come into FUTWIZ's Fan Cup. We've had messages from professional players, content creators. We've had end-to-end games of FIFA. It's been attacking FIFA non-stop. And more importantly, we've had loads of you guys watching in the Twitch chat and YouTube chat following along tonight's journey. So, Rich, what an evening it's been. I mean, any personal highlights for you from the night?
Great question. I think it's the final game. Honestly, I think it's the best of 3. We've not gone to a best of 3 as of yet during couple of these fan cups, and we've seen it in our final game here on the FUTWIZ Fan Cup. Incredible ending, incredible match between those two competitors, and all the best commiserations to second place, but huge congratulations to Nemesis.
Yeah, and a massive well done to anyone that got involved in that competition across, as we said, the 2 different qualifiers. A GG to our top 4 players. And all that's left to say is A massive thank you for watching. A massive thank you to Team FUTWIZ for getting involved as well, back in this tournament, promoting this tournament, getting loads of people involved alongside EA Sports FIFA and, of course, PlayStation for putting on this broadcast. Lots of work goes on behind the scenes. A fantastic team have put this all together from all over the world, quite literally. So it's been awesome to be involved in this again. We commentated last week, Rich. We've been back again tonight, and fingers crossed we can do it a little bit more across the next couple of months this year on FIFA 22. So all that is left to say is a massive thank you for joining us as part of this PlayStation tournament's FUTWIZ Fan Cup. A massive congratulations to our winners tonight. And we'll catch you very soon. Look after yourselves. Good night. And until next time, we'll see you very soon. Bye-bye. There's that finesse. It's time green. Oh, it's off the bar. This is managed well. Pele. Still. Cut inside. Pele. Dancing. Moving. Grooving.
Cracking face shot.
Just seems to get a little bit confused. Still could be a chance now. Is there a comeback for Franic? Pele drops the shoulder. Cancelo driving this forward. Team of the year Ronaldo into Mbappe. Surely, nicely done. You build their own ultimate team. You put them in a knockout bracket. You put a PS5 on the line. What a save. To deny Mbappe there for making it 3 goals to 2. Another chance is in. That's a brilliant ball in on Messi. I think he's just about onside. Botana, we said he needs a good start. Round the goalkeeper. How will Nemesis respond? Mbappe, maybe a little bit like this. The key to the door to unlock that back line. Maybe this time he can. Really well done. Mbappe.
Kevin De Bruyne and up the other end. Ginola, 1-on-1. Rudiger coming back. Green time.
But what we're seeing is this man goal out. Mbappe drops the shoulder. They're still away from fullback. It's a bombing run into CR7. Ball roll. Brilliant save. Eto, nicely done. Mbappe! Did not let that man on his left foot will cause you all sort of nightmares. Twisting, turning. Mbappe, hat-trick hero! Nemesis with a chance, and it goes again! No, it's in!
PlayStation